dark night. Look at this. You're not gonna find another girl like her in a million years.
It's all so magical.
I've never
Fun, starry ride that fast. Someday a boo.
and does the say.
Never done.
I've never
Fun, starry ride that fast. Someday a boo. Do you trust me? Say to me,
Have my life.
wonderful
time in my you should salam.
father and does the say.
Say to me,
Have my life.
Wonderful
Jasmine, you should salam.
father and does the say.
I'm going to free the genie.
I ran away, and I am not going back. And I am not going back.
You should.
I ran away, and I am not going back.
Let's make some magic!
When I spent it in you and your father. When did you last? When I spent it in Jasmine, your father. When I spent it in you and your father. When did you last? When I spent it in Jasmine, your father. There's this girl.
I've never
Fun, starry ride that fast. Someday a boo.
and does the say.
There's no time in my life without you.
I've never
Fun, starry ride that fast. Someday a boo.
and does the say.
I ran away, and I am not going back. And I am not going back.
You should.
I ran away, and I am not going back. And I am not going back.
It's mine. It's death.
Ja handje trocket, down met licht. Ja handje trocket, down met licht.
It's mine. It's death.
It's all so magical. What are you doing?
Just play along. When I spent it in you and your father. When did you last? When I spent it in Jasmine, your father. When I spent it in you and your father. When did you last? When I spent it in Jasmine, your father. Say to me,
Have my life.
Wonderful
time in my you should salam.
father and does the say.
Say to me,
Have my life.
Wonderful
time in my you should salam.
father and does the say.
Never done.
I've never
Fun, starry ride that fast. Someday a boo.
and does the say.
Never done.
I've never
Fun, starry ride that fast. Someday a boo.
and does the say.
Wondrous place for you and
Me! That's who!
Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another Rumble². I know, the saying it and the look of it is a bit different, but I have to thank Jada Delete for kind of helping come up with that name, so thank you for that. But anyway, welcome to the 6th. Someone's got whistling going on. Or music in the background. No?
I just
Okay.
realized that mine was playing without realizing it.
Uh-oh. I was like, someone, it was like a train or something's going on. I'm like, uh-oh.
I was like, I don't live near a train. What is going on?
It's calling for me. But anyway, welcome to the 6 Rumble². Obviously, I didn't think I'd be here at number 6, but I find that it's been an interesting time doing this, but I also enjoy doing it because it gives something back to you guys. So I'd like to thank all my guests for coming on because they're giving me their time, obviously. And we've also had a few kind of drop off because one is sick and one is actually expecting a grandchild. So congratulations to Cam for expecting a grandchild. The best surprises are usually come in small packages, but sometimes you get told off for that too. So there's that. But anyway, so to explain a little bit what Rumble² is for those who don't know, Rumble² is my attempt at a roundtable. Obviously, I'm not the greatest, but it's also an attempt at collecting data from people like yourself who are viewers and creators on the Rumble platform. Now, obviously, I am streaming to YouTube, but I don't care if you guys curse, so do not fret yourselves. All right. But at the end of the day, it's about collecting data and trying to use the data collected rather than the frustration and anger I know many have. I mean, I've spoken to many of you. Obviously, Hemp, I've heard those stories from you. Toasty has said some things and so forth and so on. But at the end of the day, I really believe data is better than letting your frustration and anger being taken out on everyone and the staff. So, but that's just me. But anyway, I'm not going to introduce my guests because we're all adults here. So I will let my guests introduce themselves, and I will start with the lovely Smay. How are
Oh,
you,
God dang
Smay?
it. I hate being first.
Well, I mean, you could just say like I'm Smay and then pass it on. That's all up to you. But you're introducing yourself, so you're an adult. I know you could do it.
I don't want to adult today, but okay. Hi, I'm Smay. Been on Rumble for 2 years, streaming for about 4
Mhm.
of it. And yeah.
And also your sibling is Pudge TV.
Yeah.
For
I
many
was
who
gonna
don't
wait
know.
for that later.
I know, but I was surprised when I found out too. And I was like, hold on a second. You're related?
Yes.
I don't see the resemblance. But anyway, I won't say that to his face, I promise. But yes, thank you, Smay,
That's
for
because I'm
that.
better looking.
Well, okay, all right. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. But anyway, I usually mix it up. So, Neo, since it's probably your first time I've ever had you on at all for anything, why don't you go next?
Actually, yeah, I usually don't do these very often, but actually never. But Neo X5, I've been streaming on in general since 2020. Started on Twitch. I've been
Oh,
on Rumble for over 2 years now. It started in 2022.
nice.
And just variety of gaming streams and just I don't know, just challenge runs, speed runs. That's really what got me into the whole streaming thing as it is. So yeah, if you like gaming, then you'll probably find something on my channel.
Nice. Yeah, no, yeah, and I was glad to that you accepted and coming on because usually, mostly I've just reached out to people who I've had on before, but I do try to mix up and having people I haven't had on Dara chat before because majority of the people on here have been on Dara chat, lovely as they are. But I do believe mixing it up every time allows different perspectives, and that's why I try to do it. Although it is not always an easy ordeal, I will keep trying to do it. Hemp, go ahead, man.
You know, I hate these parts.
Oh, come on, it's not that bad,
I mean, my name's right here.
right? Yeah.
There you go. Search it. I have multiple channels. Just follow the user channel. There's a lot of other channels. I used to mod. Still
Mhm.
kind of do. Not really. But I just finished doing a shit ton of work today. So I'm very exhausted at the same time.
Hey, congratulations! Now you can sit down and do nothing for a little while.
Oh, that's right. I'm excited about that.
All right. Well, of course, I've had this gentleman on too. Lovely as he is, he is. Hey, you know what? Why not? Go ahead.
Beautiful and
Hanz.
lovely.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't gonna say beautiful. That's a whole nother.
You already went
spectrum.
lovely. You might as well just go and call me beautiful
Yeah,
too.
just go all the way.
Yeah, man. My gamer handle is Hans Diamondball. I started streaming on Rumble about a year and a half almost now. I think it was February last year. I don't stream a lot. I mostly came here for fun. I found a bunch of people to play games with, and now I just occasionally stream here and there just to kind of keep things up and running.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. And he's a pretty awesome dude. He's got some knowledge himself, as was per our last solo one-on-one stream together, at least from what I remember. But time goes by pretty quickly, unfortunately. Of course, and last but not least, the wondrous Toasty, who I've had on a few times before as well. Go ahead, Miss Toasty.
You're muted.
You're muted.
No, not the
No. On studio.
Yes, the
You're
dreaded
muted.
studio mute.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Oh.
There we go.
What I was trying to say, the guy gets lovely and I get wondrous. That's well.
Come on.
It's fine. Yeah, I'm Toasty with the most 69, and I stream on X, YouTube, and Rumble. But I'm trying to make Rumble my primary since I got mass reported and got demonetized on YouTube because of it.
Yeah.
And so now I'm just trying to grow on Rumble, and I just have fun in my streams and I do a little bit of everything: politics, pop culture, video game news, and all that.
Nice. And you're also a part of the creator program as well. So congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, and of course, there was that situation with Roger Athay, who I've had him before too, who had his whole YouTube channel deleted. So thanks on that, YouTube.
Well, it's the same people mass reporting every single one of us.
Yeah, well,
It's because they're losers.
Yeah, they are. They horrible people. But yeah.
It is what it is. That's why I advocate for multi-streaming, but don't listen to me. I'm just here doing my thing. But anyway, so a while, I know, Toasty, you were kind of recent, so I hope you at least read through and are willing to give your own experiences on those 3 questions. But my guest, minus the 2 that aren't able to come a week ago, were given questions to kind of think about for the week and all that stuff. And I hope they were able to. What are you laughing at, Smay? What
So she
happened?
knows that I messed up.
Oh no, she's got her question. She's got it. She's got her stuff.
I wrote it all down.
See, she's smart. Look at her.
I got a notepad open on the side here, so
I'll be honest,
Yeah,
full
the
page.
explainer.
Yeah.
I forgot all about it until right before the stream.
Oh my god.
I'm just looking at the chat with the questions you sent me.
Typical
That's it.
pothead.
Yeah.
I
I actually, it's because I work 2 jobs that are full time and
Yeah.
I stream.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
it's called I have a shit ton of stuff that I do.
Well,
The
they'll
worst
be
part
asked.
is the weed doesn't actually help my brain slow down ever.
Oh well, there you go for that. I will reiterate the questions.
No,
just for my-
Sam, just wait until you go. Don't call me
Okay.
first, or I'm going to give you stupid answers.
Okay, Hemp says he wants to go first. No, I'm joking.
That's all I do.
Anyway, so I gave my participants, my guests, whatever you want to call them, 3 questions that I've given to my past guests that have come on Rumble Squared, especially since the beginning. And so the 3 questions, the first question actually is what we'll start on, is 3 positive experiences you've had on Rumble that stood out to you. So we'll start with, well, since Neo's the new person, we'll start with Neo.
All right. I'll list all 3 of them and go into detail of each one, I guess.
Sure.
Growth, creator program, and leadership who listens. The growth side of it, as far as all the years I've been streaming, Rumble has been one of the faster growing realms compared to like Twitch or YouTube. All in all, in the 5 years, it's been a great experience overall, and also a platform that does well in promoting their streamers, big or small. With the creator program, that kind of leads into that. I've had an overall positive experience with that. I was in the original round before they took a hiatus and they came back with the current program. And then I know there was a lot of like negativity from people like, well, the metrics should be here, or this isn't fair, or like whatever it may be. But I think overall it's been an evolving process, but it's been a positive experience. And then leadership who listens, while Chris and Rick are always listening on social media, usually when Rick is quiet, usually there's something big coming up down the pipeline, just like we did with the direct pass through for studio,
Mhm.
and a bunch of other things. So it's very much appreciated that we have that compared to other platforms where they just kind of do whatever they want and really don't. They seem to listen, but don't listen at the same time.
Yeah. Well, and that because since you just named YouTube and Twitch, they're both oceans compared to what Rumble is. You're comparing an ocean to a lake is basically what I'm getting at.
Pretty much, but yeah, it's definitely been helpful to be, I guess, have a say in there, and then you have that. For now, I know in years from now it'll probably be very different, like what it is, because I know from what it was when Rumble first started to what it is now was very different, and then where it's going now is different. And then as they try to get more global, it's going to obviously shift a little bit, but they keep trying to keep their values in place. So it'll be interesting to see how that transitions, because it is definitely against the grain at that level for what they're trying to do.
Yeah, and very understandable regard. So thank you for that. And yeah, that's it's not the only instance of hearing that, but I do think of what you stated. A lot of people can agree on that regard for their positive experiences. But I'd rather hear them say it though. But anyway, Toasty, why don't you go next? You don't. Do you need time, or do you want?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
So you said 3 positive experience for Rumble. Yeah. Content creator program. I've been growing really, really quick on Rumble as well, which is great, which is super cool. And I get to say mean words that I can't on YouTube. So I like that. I like to get really spicy, you know.
I just go as far as fart face, and that's pretty much as far as I go. But that's just...
very vanilla.
Yeah, all right. But no, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I know. Again, you also stream to YouTube as well, and I know you've said you've also on other platforms too. I can't remember if you have or not. Oh, she froze up. Oh, Toasty, you kind of froze up a bit.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, what were you saying again?
I said, you said that I stream on other platforms. Is that weird?
Yeah, that was the question. Yeah.
YouTube.
YouTube. Okay. All right. I just
Twitch too, but Twitch really sucks for some reason. Like I'll get like 1 sub every month to follow me. I don't know.
Wow, that's understandable. All right. Let's see. Well, Smay, do you want to go next?
Okay.
I see the smile in her eyes. I think I should be afraid.
Literally. Well, one of the things is definitely the acceptance into the community. One of the nicest communities online that I have ever been a part of. And going off of that, the amount of people that are willing to help with problems like OBS or Discord or just anything. So one thing recently, I am getting the parts to build a real PC.
Wow.
So I can stream the regular games and not just from my Switch. And hold on, I'm going to shift my camera over a little bit. And these are some of the parts that I have gotten. Because of the followers and friends that I have on here. And it was several of my friends on here that are like, oh, this is the part you need. This is the part you need. Well, just let me make a list for you. And because I have no idea what needs to be in a computer or how to do that kind of thing. And the fact that people are willing to take time out of their day and go, hey, I got you, boo. And then also that same community willing to stand up for you when someone gets butt hurt about if you're like a mod and you just temp ban them from a chat because they're being aggressive or just causing trouble.
Yeah.
And I've had that happen to me before.
Jeez.
And the community stands up for you and like, okay, dude, you need to chill, or it got to the point where this person got so aggressive that enough people went to Rumble and like, hey, he needs to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And he was banned from Rumble.
Wow.
2 times.
Wow, jeez.
The first time it was another reason, but
Oh.
But those are 3 positives.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no, and that's understandable because I know that a lot of I know that the moderation side of things is needs still a bit of work as well, but we'll get into that later. But no, that's nice. Yeah, I remember that because I remember them making the that thing for you, that little totem pole.
Mm-hmm.
It was like
no,
that was a while before. That was the list maker.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then he became the guy that just takes your stream and then streams it while listening to really gay music and trying to pretend that he's edgy. So he uses a voice changer too. So it's like,
weird.
At least be a fucking man, show your face, and talk shit with your voice.
Every day I'm on here, I do that. Anyway,
I love the way your voice sounds, though. Oh, look, there you go.
Oh,
every time.
I know. But was that all you had there,
That's
Smay?
all I had for that one.
Okay. When I saw that notepad, I really thought you were going to get into it. I was like, I should be afraid, but I think we're all right with that. All right, Hemp. I saved you for last because you asked.
Shit, I'm last? Oh, okay. I figured.
I didn't go, but that's okay.
Oh, no, I didn't go.
That's
not really here anyway.
Here, make him last.
Oh, fine. Oh, fine.
You're just being too quiet. You need to
Save
make more
best for
noise.
last. I'll go
apologize.
second to last.
There's a moment of silence. Anyway, Hanz, please go next.
All right. Yeah. So, Hanz or Hemp?
What?
I'm so lost right now.
I thought it was me.
Hanz.
I said Hanz. Please go next.
I thought I heard Hanz. So I'm like,
yes.
All right.
Well, I mean, most of my list here is just things that I experienced just being on Rumble. I don't know if it's Rumble specific, like things that Rumble specifically did, but as someone who treats it more like a social media site rather than a career path, I've met a lot of people that I can game with almost any time now. I got people in Discord that we just drop in anytime and just start playing a game no matter what. That's really cool. You know, normally you have to play with random people that, don't know the rules of the game and they suck at it and you just don't like playing with them. So it's cool to have people that you can actually get along with in game as well as in conversation. I've helped several streamers get up and running, and that's been a learning experience with the audio and video stuff. So I really learned a lot there. Nice. And it's kind of, again, bolstered the whole community feel that's going on around here, which you don't really see that much. I mean, it probably happens on YouTube, but YouTube's so big, it's like hard to even get your foot in the door to talk to someone that needs help. Even if they're asking for help, they got like 6,000 people offering help, and you're just never going to be the person that can actually help them. Outside of that, I mean, just being on Rumble and doing something a little different than just, spamming chat all the time. You can, I've really helped with public speaking and anxiety and things like that too. So I really find that to be, and there's a lot of people on here I think have that same thing. I think even in this chat, after hearing a little bit of everyone not wanting to be first, I'm guessing there's a little bit of anxiety in each of us here. And so it's a nice exercise in public speaking, I think.
Yeah. I certainly had that feeling when I first started doing this, but getting to talk to all of you certainly has helped change that. So thank you all for that. But was that all you had there?
Yep. That was pretty much it.
Okay. Just so I don't miss anything else you want to say and get yelled at. All right, Hemp. Now, actually, I'll be the last one, so I can't say that. But Hemp, you can go next.
I wasn't having problems with public speaking until now. No. 3 positive experiences.
Yes.
Well, before I found Rumble, I was severely suicidal and depressed. Then I found a community of people who were worth hanging out with, and so that I modded all their channels, and then they were like, hey, start streaming.
Yeah.
Like, all right, fuck it. So the second experience was, like all these other fine people have said, growth. Didn't expect to get anybody watching or anything. I didn't, let alone money. I was in, I guess, all the creator programs except for one of them or something. No, maybe all. I don't remember. Yeah. But I just remember that it's a lot of community versus like on YouTube and other places where it feels like it's like a rat race.
Yes.
Exactly.
And let's see. Is that 3 of them? Yeah, that's 3. It's just, fast growth, fun people, mental health.
Mental health. There you go. And
3 technical support issues. Oh, Lord.
And hey, no. Don't you skip ahead. Don't you skip ahead.
I'm allowed to skip.
You can skip, but not out words. Hey, Tomby.
Hi, Tomby. I love Tomby. He's the one that helped me because I streamed through EV Mux.
Yeah.
And then he helped me how to like use the Rumble Studio to, stream onto EV Mux and stuff.
All that stuff don't make sense to me. I have other people help me as well. That's another reason the community rocks, because it's like I look at this shit and I'm like, the fuck, how do you learn this shit? And I have autism and other mental issues, and so I don't learn very well.
Me too. I'm a natural blonde.
A shout out to like Miss Ma'am, where most people know her. She sat on a call for like 4 hours trying to teach me something that usually only takes 20 minutes for people to learn.
Wow.
So like there's a bunch of people out there that deserve it, but I've had a lot of technical issues. Let's just say that. A lot more than 3.
We will get to that after. But hey, Meister, how you doing? Yeah, unfortunately I can't bring up the Rumble chat because again, it is not even the viewing numbers. So
you gotta click and refresh sometimes.
I've done that before. It doesn't work. So
weird.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah. I got the pop-out chat over here right next to studio.
Yeah. But anyway, so because I saved myself for last because I want all my guests to go first, the hospitality and all that. So the 3 things, positive 3 things are one is one of the positive things is that people can start, and I know this is a big thing for other people too, but mostly just on the end, people can begin to earn right away without worry of say like what YouTube has. So you do have to earn it for the creator program, but you don't have to do like so many people, so many hours, all that stuff. You get to start right away depending on what of the object you get to earn from. 2, Rumble Studio. It's free for us to use. It doesn't take a lot of work except if you're gaming, then it does. And I've heard those stories. And let's see. The third one is basically the people you get to meet. And I can say that upfrontly because I've met over 200 of you on my show. So there you go. But it's just those 3 things right there. Day 1 monetization, the ability of use Rumble Studio, and of course, the people you get to meet, community, however you want to put that. And those are my 3 things as well. So quick and easy. I try not to delay on that one. And of course, as the man with the long beard and the friend of 420 had stated, the next one is 3 key technical or support issues you've encountered on the platform. And I know many of you have many of them. So let's try to speak clearly on them because I will be going over this video later to write them down. So do not worry about that. But let's see who will go first. You know what, Hanz? Because it was my fault. Go ahead.
Thank you. I just want to get it out of the way so I don't have to think about it for the next 20 minutes. All right. Mine are 3 very simple technical support issues I've noticed lately that have been a big issue. And again, some of these might be outdated because I haven't actually I don't use Rumble Studio often. So I've only experienced it maybe several weeks ago, but a couple of times in a row. Rumble Studio dropping guests at about 2-hour mark.
Yep.
That happens, seems like on the clock every time. So that seems like a really big one that should be really easy to fix.
I have a clarification on that. One, I did email support with that, and I did kind of check in with them a week after that initial email, and they are working on it. Although the question
it's been going on for like 6 months at least.
Yes, it has. And,
a long time.
Yes. So we'll see if they get it fixed or not, but at least I can tell you that they are working on it from what I have experienced. But please continue.
Okay. All right. And then the next one was I have video will lock up on the browser and require refresh to start again. This seems to happen mostly with a lot of the gamers running they're running Studio. I'll and this is on I'll try Firefox, I will try Chrome, I will try Brave. and it does it on all of those platforms. Now, I don't use the mobile very much, so I couldn't tell you about that. But it seems to be on people that are doing game. It looks like high level gaming, and then Rumble Studio seems to be the combination. I don't know if it's a frame rate thing or what it is. Maybe RTMP has something to do with it because they usually use RTMP rather than some other mode in Rumble Studio. But there's a lockup that happens on the browser side because not everyone has it. And then if I refresh, a lot of times that'll resolve it after the first refresh. Maybe later down the road I'll have to do it again. But I don't know what's really triggering it. So that one happens quite often lately to me. Maybe not everyone, but maybe it's a specific issue with hardware. I don't know.
Right.
And then the last thing on my list was transitioning a stream to premium is not seamless. So I experienced this a few times where someone's on a stream and then they go to premium and then there's like some sort of it's kind of a mess up. Like it'll actually say it's premium, but then it'll either lock up or you have to go back to their page and then go to a second video rather than the video that they were currently on. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't, but there's something wrong with that transition. And those are the three things I could think of off the top of my head.
No, I haven't experienced that when doing the premium thing, although I kind of find I get it's a requirement, but it's kind of a nuisance because
you drop users if you do that, especially if they're idle or they're on their TV or they're doing something in the background. You start losing people regardless of what the reason is.
Yeah, exactly. But I will say for the second one, you're talking about the platform stability stuff. Chris and Rick have confirmed that platform stability will be top priority. There was a reply post made on May 2nd, where Chris was responding to something. He said he's going to make platform stability top priority. That is yet to be seen, and it'll probably take a while. But at the end of the day, at least I know that information, and I'm wanting to share it because I do think people want to be heard, and they're kind of tired of looking at other platforms and saying, "You guys, you should be there," and it's like, no. So I understand. But anyway, that's just to bring that up. But thank you, Hanz, for that. I appreciate you for all you do. And of course, let's do. Not going to do Hemp because he's already thinking about it. Toasty, go ahead, Toasty.
Okay, so with me, I don't know if it's an EV Mux thing, but when I put the RTMP or whatever you call it and to connect it to the studio and whatnot, so the Rumble chat would be with all the other chats like on YouTube and Twitch. For some odd reason, it'll stop. It'll just freeze. And I can't look at the Rumble chat. Like I can look at the Rumble chat, but it's not on my EV Mux, and other people can't see themselves comment. So that's another thing. I don't know what that is. But also, I wish they would have like a community post thing. I think that would be fun. So I could update people and even put like selfies. And when I do my like cosplay Sunday streams and stuff, I could just post and whatnot. And then what else? One more.
Do you have any issues with the creator? Do you have any issues with the creator program or Rumble Studio itself or Rumble itself? Anything?
No, I think that's about it so far. I had another thing in my head and I know I did, but
you can bring it up later. If you think of it later, just kind of yell it out there when you do. Well, when someone else is not talking though. But all right. Well, thank you for that, Toasty. And yeah, there's definitely know that community posts has been one of those big things for my surveys. Maybe not the top thing, but we'll get to that point. Neo, would you be so kind, good sir?
Sure. Technical issues. I would say some of it's been resolved by the direct pass through, so I'm not going to touch on those. But inconsistency with being able to, for uploaded stuff with streams or it be edited videos. They recently had their 60 gig file stream limit that they recently raised up to 240. Yes. So if you were streaming and it hit 60 gigs, essentially it would truncate your video. So I had that actually happen to me on a stream the other day on a premium stream because it surpassed that and it cut like an 11-hour stream down to 3 hours flat for the VODs. So I put up a support ticket with them, probably not coming back on that, but we'll see what happens with that. But like being able to upload videos, like if you wanted to edit a video and upload it, 30 gig is the limit. So that can be troublesome depending on what you're trying to do, especially if you're trying to do 4K uploads to the platform. Would be an issue. And then also the placeholder videos inconsistency. Through Studio, it's a 250 meg limit, where if you did it directly on the site, it's 120-second limit. So you could do a gig file on one side, but not on the other. So there is inconsistency with how they're validating things with tags and such like that as well. If you do something in a template launcher from Studio, wipes out your tags that you had on the template, you have to go reapply them, or they just aren't there. I know that's coming in an update for their changes for the Studio revamp for the direct pass through, which I think will alleviate a lot of the problems for people when it comes to that. And then as far as number 2, the speed and encoding, like they have recently released their recommendations, and they're on the higher end in some cases and on the lower end in other cases. I know like YouTube and Twitch, I know there's the footnote of things being, each platform has their own ranges for content, but something like Twitch, you can do a 1080p 60 FPS for 8 megabit per second upload speed, where it's not even a 720 stream on Rumble. I will say, however, running that as a 1080p 60 on Rumble runs fine. I haven't had an issue with that, but it's transcoding. If you run a 1080p stream, they re-encode it on the server side, and you'll get another 1080p at half the speed, and then all the other ones are well below the recommendations for the data limits, and maybe that's just a transition from the server side to the other side. So that's my one thing there. And I know recently Twitch is doing a 1440 release for Twitch partners and affiliates.
2K.
And that's what?
It was 2K. They said the
It's the same thing.
Yeah,
1440p.
Yeah. So they're increasing the base bit rates to 7.5, for example. So it's like they'll be able to handle those kind of things. Maybe they're doing some better encoding on that side and being able to present it that way. They have the enhanced broadcasting, where you can actually stream multiple resolutions back to them, and then they'll just feed that through as transcode and skip over that. So I guess it's just inconsistency with how the understanding for the encoding works. And I understand, like, usually when it go higher, because when it transcodes down, it makes the lower resolutions better. So if you do like bare minimum, like you did like a 5K 1080p stream and then it transcodes out, it's not going to look good as you get more resolutions. So I guess it's better communication and transition. I'm just really curious what they do behind the scenes with everything, and how that works, and why they picked their limits that they picked. Like a 4K stream is 21 to 51 usually, and they recommend 30, which is on the lower end in that one, but they're well above the higher end on the 1080p. So there's inconsistency there. And then number 3, notifications. I'm sure everyone's had issues with that one. Via email and being able to unsubscribe, it still sends it to you. Or getting emails from streams that ended 48 plus hours ago. And I'm not even sure if notifications actually go out accurately on the mobile app, honestly, and being able to take care of those. And I think having a community post, like Toasty mentioned, would help out with that a lot, because then you could post and you could actually send notifications to people. They get notified in the site itself. Same thing with uploaded videos. Would be nice. You could actually alert your followers that you've uploaded a video, because I know on YouTube, you add a video, anyone who subscribes to you has notifications on. A little bell icon lights up and you can see it. Now I don't think it works with your community posts, but I've consistently seen updates on there for shorts and videos, whether it's 100%, but it's still better than what Rumble's currently doing with notifications when it comes to content. And pushing edited content doesn't really get front and center highlights at all either. So that, I guess that's a bonus key issue is they don't, you put a video up there, you have to promote it yourself everywhere for everyone to come watch it. They don't do anything. It's not featured. It's not anywhere. Upload a gaming one, doesn't show up in the gaming category on the front page as new content. Nothing. So
it's very live stream heavy. And that's the issues. They had their recommendation engine come out ages ago, and they update it. I think Rick said they update it every 3 months, or 3 weeks, sorry. But I think the issue is that if they're wanting to compete with YouTube, then they need to be able to spread that around to the different areas that YouTube is able to handle: shorts, edited video content, and live streams. Although for the notification part on YouTube, I have heard stories where some people don't get notified. So 100% not on that for YouTube, because there are stories out there. But yeah, it definitely. Yes, Toasty. What did you have?
I just remembered.
Okay.
I wish it also did that thing, on YouTube where you get memberships and it notifies you via email. I think that would be fun too. Like it'll notify people that you got a memberships when you sub to the person.
Okay.
I think that's cool.
I'm not monetized on YouTube, so I have no experience with that. But yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. Yeah, there are a lot of things with notification. I do know they try to drive to the mobile app, and the mobile app did get an update, but it still has issues with not allowing you to at in the mobile app or touch on the username in the mobile app. So it's a little faster, but it's still missing some key parts that just help. But regardless, thank you, Neo, for that. I appreciate it. And you too, Toasty, of course. We've got Smay and Hemp. Who really wants to go next? Hemp, do you have your answers or no?
He's gonna point to me like, nope.
I'm gonna wait till everybody else goes because I have a lot of issues and I'm just checking them off the list when y'all talk about it.
Oh, well then you okay, I understand. Well, you might want to okay, I understand. All right, Smay.
Is good for that.
Okay.
He voted for it's like Survivor. He voted for you to go next. So
Right. A lot of my issues are with the support because I don't use Studio to stream. I just go directly from the platform itself. And technical things, I don't have a lot of issues, but with the support behind Rumble, I do. With the Studio, one thing that I hear a lot, and being in the Hemp Hangouts, I've noticed the issues too, that they just dropped Studio and then waited almost a complete year before actually implementing all these things that creators have been saying, hey, this needs to be fixed. This should be added. And it took until the creator program and the basic forcing of the creators that wanted to be part of the program to fix these issues that people have been talking for about a year now. And it's come to the point, he's like, I get so tired of hearing about Studio. But I understand, where they're coming from because I use the Studio. I'm in the Studio with the Hemp Hangouts and occasionally during Pudge's Mod Mondays.
Oh.
So when he has his like open mic thing, it's like I notice these things. I'm like, hey, this doesn't work. Or like you just said in the chat that the Rumble side is not showing up in the chat in the Studio. And that gets kind of irritating, especially if you can't get out the pop-out chat to keep it up so you can see. But that's just one thing.
Okay.
There might be a protocol issue there because Daramouthe, you raided my channel recently, and I didn't even know you raided me. So like sometimes the raids don't even come through, depending on what you're using, like Rumbot or something else. Try to capture that data. There's something like that keeps going missing when it comes to things like that.
Yeah.
So it might be some sort of protocol issue that they need to fix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your other thing there, Smay?
Oh, that just reminded me of one other issue. A lot of people use Rumbot, the Rumblebot, or the new thing Streambot, and there's always some kind of issue going on with all of those, like the lack of the raid alerts going off or any other kind of alert. And we make fun and said, oh, Streambot's having a day or something like that, but it's come to the point that I'm thinking it's on the Rumble side that something at Rumble is not connecting with whatever program you're using. It's not staying connected, because when I first started using Streambot, it was working fine. In fact, it was being an overachiever. And
Rumbot goes through an API key, doesn't it? So it's actually a
All of
direct
them-
protocol. They're not just screen scraping off a
Yeah,
HTML.
all of them are using like non-authorized APIs, and so Rumble is trying to make something to where these people can make bots for Rumble, but they don't have an infrastructure for them to get code easier to make the bots. They're having to go and like figure it out, basically.
Yeah, the API key that they have is just comes out to be just like flat JSON. It doesn't. It's not an actual API at all. It just updates and it basically
That's why
they have
all
like
of them are not the greatest.
polling it. Yeah,
they could be amazing, but if they had a ticket system.
We'll get to you. Don't worry.
Write it down, Hemp. And my last thing is response from support.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I was saying earlier, I had an issue with somebody that I just temporarily banned because he was being
pissant.
He was aggressive to a guest on a show, and I was like, dude, time out, 5 minutes. And then he goes off and makes like this defamatory video and takes content that I have from my channel and shows it without any kind of, hey, this is Smay. And then it took months for this person to become banned after this.
Right.
And I think because Rumble is growing so fast that their support can't keep up with all the things that they need.
Yeah. And go ahead.
I was about to say, and also another thing is like I have to manually put in like the stuff myself instead of like being able to like just just click on it on my EV Mux. You know what I mean? I gotta open up another window, type it in myself, and like connect it myself like that. They already kind of like, I used to use StreamYard and they had that same issue, but they fixed it to where they already listed, Rumble, and you just click on it and you're automatically connected to Rumble instead of, manually.
Yeah.
So
I know that was for Restream a while back where they did that, but a lot of other broadcasting software does not have that, like StreamYards or
OBS.
Well, OBS too, but that's another story for another time, kids. But thank you, Smay, and I will say, from my experience from support, it's been 50-50. I do know they've done a few things. It seems like they're trying to get better. They give you an automatic response, at least from my end, where they'll say they'll get back to you in 24 hours, which sometimes may be true, sometimes not. But I will say, if you invest in Rumble in the stocks or whatever, I use Robinhood. Last year, if you were to go,
how dare you?
What? hey, watch
Robinhood.
Hey, watch yourself. All right, but anyway, so in it would tell you about all that stuff because I do invest in Rumble. Last year, they had about 160 something employees. Right. This year, I checked it over, and they have less than 140. So that is an issue with Rumble itself, is that they do not have the people, and they're trying to compete on a big level, and that's just not going to work. But that's on them to take up the task. I just want to see the platform get better and help in any way. And Smay, that's why I do these surveys, because you can argue with people's perceptions and perceived things of what's truly the big issue. But with my surveys, you can actually see that these are what people are talking about. This may be what the big issue is, and you have visual data to see that. Rumble doesn't give that, and that's something that's I got told off a bit about the transparency thing from Rumble. I'm like, well, okay, but where's the data to show people that it would cut across the fog? It would cut across the fog of all these arguments where Rumble bad, Rumble's just all bots and all this stuff, even though all platforms have a bot issue, and no one can tell me what's counted a view on YouTube, and how does YouTube know that the person viewing is actually a person?
Yeah. So you mentioned bots.
Yes.
Which is funny because the same people that were that mass reported me and mass reported a bunch of my other content creator friends, and they're still doing it. Like they openly admit, like we're mass reporting people because we just don't like their right leaning takes and all that. But actually, there is a content creator by he goes by Smash GT, and he reviews video games and he gives his takes and everything. And he got a strike for a video. Apparently it was for sexual nudity and all that, and it was quite literally nothing like that at all. And so he kept trying to talk to YouTube and getting help from them. You could tell it's just bots. It's just bots. No even though he was just like, oh, what can I get your your advisor, to get someone on a higher level to speak to me. They said, sure, yeah, we're gonna do that. They brought someone in with a name, and he's talking to this advisor bot, and it just closes on him in mid like chatting with him and stuff. They don't care at all. They don't care. They're not human beings. It's just all bots and everything. And that's why his video got taken down, because I believe when you abuse that report button and stuff like that, it'll just it's bot. It's not a human. And it got taken down because apparently it thought that what he has a picture of a woman and she's showing her knees. And if you think about it, her knees kind of looks like breasts, right? And a certain angle. And that's why, his shit got, let me not try not to curse, but that's why his video got taken down.
It's like, though, I already told you can curse.
I know, but I feel like you're too nice and everything. And I feel like I gotta be super like
Smay, curse.
Vanilla.
There we go. There we go. That's the ticket. Goodness sake. Just get over it. All right.
Make sure my daughter's
I'm trying to be respectful.
Hey, that's all right. I told you. I give you permission. It's okay. I will say, Toasty, I was talking more upon the viewer stuff and all that Rumble's been accused of by some people. They're saying that pretty much all the viewers are bots or whatever. But then again, how do they know that there aren't bots on YouTube? And how do they know that the people that are viewing aren't bots themselves? How does YouTube verify a viewer?
Yeah.
I have something that might work. Yes. What if only premium members could actually report people?
Oh.
There is a way
if you got a credit card on file, you're allowed to report people. If you're here for free, then you don't get to report anything.
Yeah. There's actually the StreamBot guy y'all were talking about earlier. He's trying to help figure out a way to distinguish real viewers from fake viewers because he also hates bots. So it's there's a website you can go to and you could put any streamer on there, and if they pay for bots, it'll show you how much they pay for the bots and how many bots they pay for. He posted it all over Twitter or X or whatever the fuck you want to call it. So if you hate bots as much as everyone else does, check out Kenji or Wiz or whatever you want to call him. Multiple names. StreamBot creator.
Yeah, Kenji, and I think it's Whips, isn't it?
Wiz,
that's right. Oh, good.
H1Z. Yeah.
Sorry, Wiz.
He's a good dude.
But yeah, that's but anyway, we'll go on to hemp, of course. Hopefully you have something hemp.
Yeah, after hearing everybody else's stuff, I agree with everything you've said. And yeah, Smay's right. If you go back every hangout, I would leave a window, like her window, for one of my like Ingress connections, so you could see all the issues that was happening. They slowly got fixed, so I won't complain about all that shit because it's old. But the new things I will complain about is the direct RTMP. Like every time I go to end, I have to go in and delete the old one. You know what I mean? So like, instead of it just auto ending or ending the room and then letting me create a new direct RTMP each time, I have to go through, delete the old one, make a new one. And it's like, oh, come on. It's not a huge issue, but it's an extra step. And if you're trying to get people who are, they're lazy, which is a lot of people who are gamers, less steps.
Or they're new. Yeah. If they're new, it's confusing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And the less you have to do, the better. You know what I mean? So, and the other gripe I have with it is I can't use multiple sources. So it's like, if I wanted to do, I was hoping that I would be able to take that and use it for when I do my hangouts, but then have like gaming hangouts where all of them are on like a high definition game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Whereas like usually we'll have to do stuff that's random or like old school stuff because it just runs better and you don't have to worry about it looking good because it's, you know. But, you know, if I could have my way, it would be a 4-person. So I could be like, hey, 4 people in 64 night or something like fucking Halo. You know, they got Amish doing Halo nights with Oh Hi Mark and all that. The other issue with Studio has been, like right now you're seeing it, the viewer count and all that shit that's not connecting. The stuff doesn't refresh on its own. I don't know why it does that. The chat just completely disappears. I've had it to where I'll have to refresh my whole Studio, log back in. Everybody else will be sitting in the hangout, like chatting away.
All right, it broke again.
Yeah, and I'll fucking be gone for like 5-10 minutes trying to get this shit back in. And the good thing is that if you have participants in the room, it forces it to stay open. So if I was alone, I don't fucking know what would have happened. How would it have connected so easily? No, probably not. But there's too much stability issues, you know. And then the other issue was the sound. Like I like how they gave us the ability to control the sounds. But
MP camera died.
Yep. Another Studio thing. So I'll add that one to the list for later. The audio issues, man. It's like I just wish that I can actually control people's audio properly, because the other day I realized when you move someone's audio down, it doesn't actually go down until you're very far down.
Yeah, it's not a gradual, it's periodical. If that makes sense.
Well, the problem with Rumble Studio is they mix it by adjusting your system audio on each individual's computer. We have people that go into Rumble Studio, and then the next day they go to stream and their audio is too low.
Yeah, it's because
they don't know why.
If Dara, if you went into my stuff on your side, you can control my audio input on my computer.
Oh,
it's a little weird.
That's a little scary too, to be honest.
Yeah.
Welcome, Raiders. And that'll be my third one.
Oh,
I kept them short and sweet.
Oh, no 4 or 5.
Nah, man, I told you I'm not gonna
wait for the last question. There's tons
I know, yeah.
I'm not gonna do it.
Well, we can add more at the end, so do not worry if you have more. And I know you have tons, because we've spoken to each other many a times, and I know even on thank you, Snooks. I can't bring you up on screen, guys, unfortunately. Sorry.
Okay, I will just say ticket system, please.
Yeah, I know you've said that 12 times by now.
How hard is it? You know what I mean?
Literally do it by email. Just send back a ticket number in the email.
And then with that,
I've sent something before, never got a response.
You can have a list of how many tickets go for each issue, and then boom, numbers speak for themselves. The issue that's the largest gets taken care of first. You want more workers, get at-home workers or contract systems where it's like, hey, you got third-party people, pay them X amount of money if they can fix an issue.
Oh, go ahead, Neil. Sorry.
I was going to say, actually, 2 things. The ticketing thing, I think they're getting close to that. I emailed support the other day, and I got an automated response saying, we'll get back to you in 24 hours.
Yeah, that's at least a step forward in the right direction.
Forward.
But I'm going to keep asking for a proper ticketing system.
And then I guess there's a combination thing with Studio. I guess for one, before Direct RTMP happened, if your stream abruptly died and you had ingress only as your participant, it would stream back to the screen, but it wouldn't actually stream to your audience. But for Hemp,
I refreshed to fix that. Whenever I would have that issue, refreshing would fix it. I don't know why no one else could fix theirs.
Refreshing at one time, I refreshed. I had to delete the ingress and re-add it, and nothing worked until I created a brand new stream. But to your point of the direct pass through for the creator program, it's not well documented, but you're supposed to leave your room open and just simply end it and leave it open forever. And then you're supposed to
my streams that don't work.
It's not intuitive, because it should be just kind of create a key and then just go, just like there are other keys. It should be that simple, where it's just like it shows up like a key on the site, and then just go with that.
Just think about what you said. That means that every time I do a new stream, like let's say I was playing Doom, and then I'm playing Oblivion. Now you're gonna have my thumbnail and shit for Doom.
No,
it does. I've had to delete my old one to make it refresh properly.
That's where the UI isn't intuitive. So what you got to do is when you're in there, you have to you change it for that stream, hit save changes, and then go live, and then you have to update it again, hit save changes, and go live again, and it'll be fine.
For me, I had to delete the old one and then make a new one each time. That's why I'm saying, like, I know what you're saying, and like, bro, it pissed me off so much whenever I had to deal with Studio the first time they dropped it in beta, and then they kept saying that it's not in beta, but it's still in beta. Like, it's to this day, it's still beta. It's not.
It sounds like it's inconsistent then, because I know from my experience with it, because I've seen people complain about like they do premium and the premium hours didn't count until they deleted it and created something new. Or like I've had the experience of when you end stream and like I use Prism, so end stream in Prism and then click end stream in Studio and it ends it officially. Just to make sure sometimes you have to go back into your live streams on the main site, and actually sometimes it doesn't completely close it either.
You have to go in the live on Rumble's side.
Sometimes you have to go there and do that. Like this Studio version that you're using, Dara, it'll actually close and end the room, and usually successful in doing so.
Yes, every rare occasion you'll have to email and ask them to end your stream for you, because like I've had that happen a couple times.
I will say I usually end the stream and then close the room. I don't use the 2 combo one because honestly, it's like those cars that are like a version 1 that are later down the line. It's still in that notion, and that's another issue with them not having enough people.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate you're having that issue. I was gonna say, because from my experience with the direct pass through is I just have to. It's nice because if you have like your typical boilerplate in your description, you can just leave it and just update a little bit and then save changes and you're done. But that sucks if that's doing it for you.
I have a whole nother the templates worked okay. But then once those started messing up where the thumbnails don't always auto update, I just started making a brand new one every time because it was annoying. I'd rather just do it from scratch.
Yeah. I'll add one more technical thing if you can put it in your notes. Their thumbnail upload needs dramatic work, because if you have to update a thumbnail, like it's like you want to correct something, you upload a thumbnail, it doesn't upload right away, or it doesn't work right away, and you have to upload it again, and it breaks it. You upload it again, and it's the old one, and you upload it again, it breaks it, and it's like
all the
15 times later, and it's like it finally takes.
I will say that I've had a time where where you do Rumble Studio and you'll see on the Rumble side where there's no thumbnail, you usually just refresh and it shows up, at least from my experience. So I'm just giving my experience.
I've had that, and I'll refresh and it'll go back to the old thumbnail. So I've seen it both ways. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. It's very intermittent.
And sometimes it'll be right on the website. It'll be wrong. It'll be right on the website and wrong on the TV app, or wrong on the mobile app, but right everywhere else. And I think it's just their CDN, whatever they're using, doesn't want to quick snap it in place. And I don't know. That needs to be fixed.
Yeah, there's a lot. And don't get me wrong. Again, that's why I do my surveys, because a lot of people will rely on a few voices and think that their issue is the major problem. The surveys help kind of cut across the fog, because we kind of all were relying on the people we know, Hemp to Smay and all this, where people we know, we're just relying on what they've experienced stuff and thinking that's the major issue. The problem of that is that's not always the case. Like, we'll get to it, but one of the surveys I did was, what's one of the biggest issues that people are experiencing? And can you believe it or not, it was platform stability. And that's on the app, but they're on it. They're on it. I've been told they're on it, but unfortunately it's going to take time. And
it sounds vague though. Like they're on it. Just like what are you on exactly? Which parts are you fixing?
Which issue are you fixing?
Well, they're not being very specific by saying that, if that's what they're saying.
A roadmap would be nice. Like just a simple one.
Yeah. I understand. In my point of trying to do all this stuff is trying to get past that frustration and anger, and trying to use the data and say, hey, look, this thing states that this and this is an issue. The thing of it is, when you're told by someone from there that we are transparent, and you see all this stuff, my surveys show it's not very much transparent. There's a communication error that's not working well. And of course it's my turn, so we'll get to that. Thank you, Hemp, for that. And again, we'll add more, or if you have more later on, we'll get to it. But anyway, for my three things, and I'll get to that. One is support has gotten a little better from what I've experienced, and like you said, they've done like there's like a first bot response and all that stuff, so they are getting a bit better. But again, they're kind of still need to work to get it to where it's not as it's still like it's like what would you say, like 80-20 at this point. I would think it's like 80-20. I would think would be an agreeable term. So yeah, support still needs some work. Rumble Studio, which thank you to Tool, thank you for that. You have a good one. Rumble Studio, great, but it has a few issues within that remark. One is, of course, the 2-hour thing, but they're already working on that. The other is your guests cannot chat out to the platforms you stream to. So StreamYard has that ability, Restream has that ability, and a few other broadcasting software tools have that, but Rumble does not. And that kind of dismays people from using Rumble Studio, because how can your guests chat out the chat? Now, obviously, the thing they should do is probably connect their accounts like StreamYard does, like to YouTube and stuff. So there's that, but it's not a thing. And it would be nice to have that. And the other thing too is if you have more than 4 people and you're sharing a screen, only 4 show. And you can have 9 people, and we're not going to go to your experiment, Sam. I know you've gone past that. You've blazed like
Very
25 at this
past
point. Yeah. But the point of the matter is that, again, your competition, StreamYards, Restream, they're able to do that. And Rumble Studio is still behind. Again, I know they're a small development team. I am thankful that they are at least working on it. Instead, they could give us nothing and not do anything at all. They're at least working on it, but they are playing catch up to bigger companies that are way ahead of them, and it's playing against them at this point. When they did gifted subs, that was a great boon, but after that, the only thing that's been big for them, at least so far as I've seen, has been the RTM pass, and even that is having its issues. So getting past that point. Third thing, I really do believe that Rumble needs a spokesperson, and I'll keep saying it till I'm blue. Rumble needs a spokesperson. Yes, you have the CEO. Great. Good. That's the one big person that she's speaking. Nothing against Rick and Mario, but they do not. They need to be more behind the scenes, and the spokesperson needs to be in front. Because while I get what they're trying to do, they're trying to help with taking down stuff or whatnot. That should be the support issue right there. That should be support saying, "Hey, we saw it. We're going to give it our team. Go for it." That shouldn't be Rick. That shouldn't be Mario. Their job is to be heads of their departments. And
They
it's
need
great
a
once.
face for Rumble.
Yes, the more than just Chris. More than just Chris. Will they do it? Don't know, but I'll keep saying it. So those are my 3 things right there. Obviously, support needs a little more work. It's getting there. Rumble Studio needs a little more work, but for me, I haven't had too much issue other than the 2-hour mark. And the third is Rumble needs a spokesperson, because its heads of departments do not need to be the spokesperson. Nothing against them, not being mean, just how the looks have been. Yes, Toasty.
So, I just thought of something, but also when I was doing a stream, I had made it to where it was Rumble exclusive only. And I thought it was for the members, my members of my channel, and not premium members of.
It's premium.
Well, yes, Dara, I know that now, but like I started a stream, it was supposed to be for my members, and then I'm looking at the numbers, I'm like, why are my numbers dropping? Where are all my
So wait, you mean
at?
like your subscribers on, or your like on?
Yeah, and I
Okay,
wish,
I got you.
yeah, and I wish they would make something for like members of my channel instead of like just
a little workaround, which isn't perfect, but your mods do have the ability to bypass the premium.
Yes. Yes.
So
which can be abused, which shows that their system can be abused if people play it right.
I've actually increased a bunch of mods on my channel just so that the people who can't afford premium were able to sit through the premium streams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I agree with you. I think they should add subscribers. Like if you want to start up your stream for like subscribers only, let that be your premium. You know what I mean? Like that
Yeah.
should count like premium as well.
Yep, and because again, a lot of work to do, but they'll always be playing catch up till further notice. So here's
Yeah.
what it is, and the communications needs work. Communication for mobile needs work. That's where the spokesperson come in. All right, so we're gonna go to move to the third, which is 3 features or improvements you'd love to see implemented on Rumble, Rumble wish list. But Hans, I need to use restroom, so Hans, you have the moderating ability if you know how that works. So just
Am I supposed to kick people now?
no, you're not supposed to kick people. Just keep
You're
just
saying
keep
you're
an eye
supposed to end the stream.
just keep
Do it
an
right
eye on
now.
things.
Hit the end stream button. I'm out.
No.
Bro, that just used to happen so much on my streams where like people were leaving and they'd accidentally click the leave like end stream and I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, I can't start it
I
back
only
up.
did that once, Hemp.
I wasn't gonna call you out on it, but
Oh, call out. All right, so we'll start with oh, go ahead. What were you saying, Hans?
I wasn't saying anything. I was just sitting here. So
You were moving your mouth. I thought you said something.
I was just chewing on some plantain chips.
Oh, goodness. All right, Neil, we'll start with you, and I'll be right back.
Okay. For wish list items, I guess the first one is improved search. It's actually a multi-dimensional issue, getting more variety on the platform, but improved search, being able to find things. I know it's comparing a little hill to a mountain. When you look at YouTube and you search for stuff, you can find stuff, but again, there's stuff that just doesn't exist in there. But I think overall, search needs improvement for Rumble. And then customizable channel, being able to lay out your channel more like YouTube does with like shelves. Like here's like here's like this content, like live content or this content, or even to the Twitch extreme where you can actually put shelves of like here's specific content based on a collection you have or based on playlists. Your clips can be put on a shelf. Your highlights can put on a shelf, and if you're live, I know they have live and videos, but that's really all you have for Rumble. So being able to customize that more from the technical side, AV1 encoding. I know that's probably a long ways away from them, but I know like places like YouTube are using it, which will dramatically lower required bit rates, but give you better quality for lower bit rates. Overall, I think that would be better. I know that's kind of a niche thing because it's based on your graphics card as well. So like 40 series and newer, if you don't have a more recent graphics card, it's kind of useless to you. But if you have the ability to do it, you can certainly get a higher quality stream for a lower bit rate. And I had a couple of bonus ones in here. Just improved ability to follow categories and customize your homepage. Like if I follow like retro gaming or I follow, I don't know, gaming in general, I should have a lot of gaming stuff on my front page versus like the default, like here's what Rumble thinks you want to see. And then same thing goes with people I follow. If they're live, my recommendations should have them at the top of my screen. Like they should be the first block in there when I go to that page. I should be able to say, oh, hey, HempHero's live. I can click on it's right there. I don't have to find them on the side. I don't have to go through and find them in gaming. Right there. So something like that would be nice for recommendation updates there. And then one final thing, being able to upload. I know you can premiere videos, but being able to upload premium videos, like being able to curate and edit and put up a higher quality video for a premium stream and be able to have that count. Not sure if that's something they can do, if there's a reason it has to be live only, but it'd be nice to be able to do that kind of thing too. They'd probably get more premium content if people could do that, because people got to plan a premium stream and got to work it in their schedule, and they don't want to make all their streams premium and don't want to alienate people from their followers because of that reason.
A little thing I have seen people doing to get bypast that is like they'll pre-record something, and then in there they'll do a live stream that's a premium stream of their recorded stuff, but in the chat they'll have a pinned message that said this is a replay, not live. Like, and I was like, that's a smart little workaround. And I mean, some people hate it, but I was like,
it's like a premiere on YouTube. It's not really that different, you know?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty smart thing for them to do because it still counts technically.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they put a lot of work into a video. I mean, might as well show it off. And like,
usually more work than a live stream because you got to do a lot of editing, you know?
Yeah, no, and I know Eric Conda, another person I've had on, it does that to the premiere as well.
Yeah.
But thank you, Neo, for your feedback. Much appreciated. And of course, Toasty, why don't you go next?
What are we talking about?
The
Wish
three,
list.
The last question.
yeah, the 3 items or of improvements you'd like to see on Rumble.
Oh, I thought I answered that already. Did I not? With the
No, that was our tech question. Wait, was
that
your
was our tech question?
questions that was your wish list?
Well, I just wanna post updates on my
Community post.
I'll add
community
that to the
posts
tech
and all
question.
that, and I wish they would notify people when they get like a subscription like they do on YouTube when you're monetized.
Like when someone
Like you get a notification like you got a membership. Although on YouTube it sucks because they don't tell you to what channel. You kind of
Yeah.
have to guess. But I think it would be cool if they added that and did that.
Oh
with
wait,
the
like a
email.
gifted sub, you mean?
Yeah, and then you get notified
They
on your
actually do.
email.
I get an email about it. I get upset about the fact that I get emails because like I want to turn them all off, but I keep getting.
That's one of my list items.
Yeah, but
Universally turn them all off.
They saw our
To your
lists.
point, though, some people may not be getting their notifications properly.
Mhm.
So notifications might just be broken, and like some are getting a shit ton, and some aren't getting any at all.
Yeah, and it also throws people off and keeps them away from Rumble because they're getting these bombastic.
Yeah.
I personally love the fact you get notified you got a subscription membership, like a membership and stuff because like when I was monetized.
Oh, she froze.
Them out, right?
Oh,
yep.
Okay,
oh wait, I froze.
Yeah.
So when I was monetized, people would like gift them out, right? And then people that I haven't seen for a while would get the notification and come back to my channel. You know what I mean? So that's what I really like about it.
So ours don't go out to people who aren't in the stream. They go to only active chatters, which is kind of annoying to me because I wish I could pick and choose.
Yeah, and that's my thing. I wish it did that, notify people in email.
Yeah,
personally.
that would be nice.
And that was all for the community posts and the notification for memberships.
Yeah, for now.
Okay. All right. And again, you can always give more once we get to the point. Because once we get, so for my people out there in chat, so once we're done with the 3 questions here of my guests, of course, we'll go to the survey stuff, kind of talk that about a bit, and then we'll save chat for last. So chat, if you have any issues or wish list item, if you're on Rumble, I can't bring it up, but I can see you. So a great thing, I use Brave. So a great thing about Brave is that you can do a split view on Brave, and that's been nice to use. So thank you, Brave, for that. Much appreciated.
I don't like Brave.
Well, that's a sad face.
Well,
effect.
but it's only because it fucks me over when I'm using EV Mux.
Oh.
See, she cursed for once. Good. Let's give her a
I
round of applause.
I cuss a lot, so I had to let it out. But
girl,
it
I was waiting for the right moment.
Yeah,
it fucks me over. It just does. And if for some odd reason, when I was using Brave, because I was using it, it'll automatically stop my camera and my microphone by itself. I don't know why. I don't know.
Yeah, understandable. But yeah, that's how it's going to go. I try to at least save that section because I know a lot of people I know Lumpy does his roundtable, whatever, and that's fine. But usually it's through the whole stream, people name their issues and stuff. And you do want to take a chunk of the show and just don't give it to that part of chat because it gets confusing and all that stuff. So apologies, but it just works. But anyway, so Neo, Toasty, Smay, lovely Smay, give us your 3.
I have more than 3.
Oh, here we go.
So, I think it was Neo. He was talking about having the creators that we follow be on the front page for us. I would like that too, but also these smaller creators maybe have a follower limit to be on to come up periodically on that
Oh,
recommended.
yeah. I see what you're saying.
And
Do you know how much? Like how many followers?
I would say probably 100.
Oh,
Shit, I would say anyone under 500, because once
Yeah.
you get over 500,
Yeah. Then
good
then
luck.
you got a good flow going.
Yeah,
When you hit that 500 mark.
because that's a good chunk. Like, help them out. Put a little.
Yeah.
Never
And
mind.
I want to see the smaller creators get that, because I'll be in somebody's chat and they were like, let's go to this section of Rumble and see who's doing what. And you see this person doing whatever they're doing, but also engaging with chat, which is, something that also helps you grow. Engage with your chat. And they're amazing, but they have so few people. They probably hit that 100 mark and stagnated. So put those people up instead of these huge political podcasters always up there. And that way, when new people come to Rumble, that's not the first thing they see, the political podcasters or things like that. They see, oh, there's somebody doing painting, somebody's cooking. Oh, there's a gamer, or things like that. Broaden the horizon of the recommendations.
yeah, it is a lot of political people on Rumble, but it makes sense because a lot of these people were deplatformed or like silenced, because of the political takes. So they were like the first people to go on to Rumble, and
Yeah.
But it would be nice to have like more gamers, more people who talk about pop culture, different things.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
One other thing.
Just a little tiny bit. That was brought up to one of my Rumble², but the reason I think they do that is because it's what makes the money. And
I get that.
Yeah, Rumble's going to promote what makes the money because it's like any other business.
I'm fine with it
Understandable.
being occasionally, but throw
I
out
understand your point too.
throw out that small creator every now and then, because there's a point where it's just oversaturation, and I get so bored with it.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah. So,
Okay.
but I was just pointing that out as a. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Smay.
Another thing, updates to the Rumble app. I have it on my phone, but I don't use it
Neither do I.
because there is such a delay when watching somebody's live stream. And you're chatting and they've already moved on from a topic or moved on from something, and the streamer's like, what are you talking about? And then you just look silly.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So, like, whenever I get the notification for somebody going live, it's like, okay, go straight to, and I'm not at my computer or anything. I go to my mobile browser, which isn't a whole lot better. There's still a slight delay.
Yeah.
But it is better than the app itself. And like you were saying earlier, that being able to tag somebody in the chat, you can do that in on the mobile browser, but you can't do it in the Rumble app.
Yes. Yep.
And even if you're just doing the @ symbol and start out typing, that list doesn't pop up in, at least for me, it doesn't, but it's been a while since I've used the app. It doesn't pop up of who has those particular letters in their name. But that is one thing I would love to see. And also, you were talking about Chris and Rick not being the faces of.
Well, just Rick and
Rumble.
Mario. Sorry, yeah, Rumble Mario. Yeah.
Well, I want to see more people that are actually working at Rumble engage with the community. like they're kind of behind this glass wall that, you know, they're not hearing anything, or this fogged glass wall. So they're not seeing the particular problems that we as creators are seeing and experiencing. They just hear this muffled noise and these blurry images coming through. So if they engage more, like Rick's pretty decent at popping in random chats and listening and writing stuff down, like and making some things happen, like the otter emote. You don't know what that is? That is a just kind of a funny middle finger to Pudge.
Yeah.
I'm mostly responsible for perpetuating that one.
Yes.
The other one is this emote because Shan made, and like he was sitting in the stream when she made it, and he was like, you know what? Let's put that on the global.
Yeah.
One.
Like he's
amazing.
In there. He's engaging. But it feels like he's the only one that's kind of putting in that effort to do that. Yeah, that one.
It's nice that they do that shit.
So if more of them, especially the people on the technical side, were in the chats listening to the streamers or watching the VODs, I think that would help them get down the bigger issues.
Yeah, well, I know that's been. I think when they did that Rumble rundown, I think Rick had mentioned something that like they are in the streams or whatever. But the reason why I said the spokesmanship is because sometimes they do kind of step in their own mouth. They kind of put their own foot in their own mouth at times, and it isn't a good look at times. And I won't say whatever, but at the end of the day, that's understandable too. So I'm not gonna speak against it, but yeah, for my end, they need to focus on the product to get it better rather than just like all this other stuff. That's what your support is for. That's what your feedback page should be for if you had one, and all this other stuff. And they don't have that.
That kind of leans into my last point. So, because I was thinking about, you know, the slow response of support and everything. And I went and I looked at the open careers for Rumble. And there was no job in support. And I would love them, like, I understand they need the technical people, but it is the people that are in the support that give the information to the people that deal with said issues on the technical side and the app, the browser, the everything else. They're the ones that bring up these things that need to be fixed. Like they made the list and give it to the people that can execute what's on that list. And I think if they opened more positions in that part of Rumble, then things, I think, would get better.
Understandable, yeah.
That's all my points.
Oh no, and thank you for that. But yeah, no, we're on the outside, and we're observing on the outside what they're in everyday meetings, whatnot. So we don't get to see what they talk about. We only get to see what they react to on social media. Which, to be honest, it would be nice for that kind of transparency, but ideally we don't get that. So it is what it is. But we're just speaking on the outside. So, and same for me for my surveys. We're speaking on the outside. They have their internal data, whatever. But it would be nice if we had that bridge of sorts. But we don't have it. And that's an issue. But thank you, Smay. Neo's gone. Toasty is gone. Smay is gone. Oh, you haven't gone yet, Toasty? I thought you did.
I did.
Okay.
Did.
See, I'm not the only one with Joe Biden disease.
Hey, calm it down there. I was making sure I said your name. Goodness.
I'm implying that he poops his pants.
I got a fan. You want to cool off that burn?
The only burn she can cool off was aloe vera. But anyway, Hanz, please go next.
All right. I actually have 7, but I already talked about one with the email notifications. But I'll start with the ones that I think are like so all encompassing and resolving of many issues. And if you want me to keep going with all the simpler ones, I can just list them off later really fast. First and foremost, people are talking about OBS and how Rumble is not capable of, or I shouldn't say OBS is not capable of having Rumble pre-programmed in it. Not that it's not capable, they've refused to do it. OBS is an open source package, so it's possible that Rumble could actually fork OBS and then just simply create their own customized version of it with a little bit of scripting. It wouldn't take a lot of work. And then when newbies come in, it's already pre-programmed for Rumble. They wouldn't have to do all this back and forth like Smay was talking about. You have to get technical help from each other to try to get something set up. So the idea is that they just fork OBS as a separate repository online, open source, and they have a small team of people work on it so that it's scripted specifically that when you load it up and you hit start, you just got to punch in your credentials for Rumble, and then you're good to go. You don't have to sit here and play with bitrate. You don't have to sit here and play with resolution. You don't have to deal with, this, that, and the other, all this other stuff you got to play around with. And then you can also make it so that there is a launch package so that, for instance, you got thumbnails, you upload them through OBS. So you just have a little launch package plugin where you can do your description, your thumbnails, all the stuff you're talking about with RTMP that you're having confusion with. Just simplify it and make it all happen once inside of OBS. OBS, just because they hate us, because we're a free speech platform, they say they don't like right-wing people. I don't know if you guys heard about that recently.
Yeah.
Not that I'm right-wing. I just prefer free speech,
Yeah.
And so if we do that, or if Rumble did that, or even if someone like who's listening, who's got the skills to do it, could probably fork this and then provide it as a service. Well, not as a service, but you kind of have to provide it for free. Maybe someone will support you. You get get some sort of GoFundMe or whatever you can do to get that back. If we can make that happen, that would solve a lot of the issues that people are having with configuration issues, RTMP, issues with bitrate, issues with setting the appropriate protocols, or like you're talking about was it AV1?
Yeah, AV1.
Yeah. Like all of that stuff could probably be resolved in a project that just has a different fork of OBS. I don't even know what would be the next priority here. Let me see. Internal email system, which could serve as a DM. So, for instance, there's no DM system in Rumble at all. And I was thinking about it, and someone made a comment about, like, what if we just had an like Hanz Diamondball at dm.rumble.com or something. And it was just an internal email. You didn't get any external emails. It's all internal, so that so Rumble can manage it easily. They had to set. Any idiot on the internet now can set up their own email server, right? And you can go out there. Well, okay.
These idiots.
Idiots set it up right here. But you confine it to certain restraints, right? No uploading of files. You only have a certain message limit. Blah blah blah. Whatever you want to do to keep it tight and not be abused, and then have an internal DM system that runs through Rumble as an interface. Right. So it could be seamless on a web page. You don't ever have to like log into Outlook or something to do it. But instead of having to configure and create a DM system from scratch, just use an email server that's open source and implement it. And then everyone automatically gets like an @ symbol, for whatever their username is. And they get an @ symbol email address. And then people can communicate instead of going through Discord and Twitter and Instagram, whatever else they're using. And that's a simple thing to implement as well, relatively. Granted, there's always going to be issues, right? The rest of these are pretty straightforward and simple. One of them is, I think we should have a chime on the chat, because a lot of people that just, basic streamers, they'll have the chat from the web browser open, but they have no way of knowing when they're like gaming, for instance, or they're talking to someone. They have no way of knowing that a chat came in because there's no sound. It'd be an option.
Unless you have the Rumble hut.
Yeah, unless you go and get a third-party app and go through the configuration process. Now you got 3,000 windows open by the time.
Do that.
Yeah, it can sometimes. Sometimes I don't get it to do that. It sometimes doesn't work. But if they had it built into the chat, that would just, it's an easy enough thing to implement. It's literally a WAV file and then a little toggle switch to turn it on and off.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be too difficult of a thing to implement.
Yeah, because my husband, he also streams on here, and he got he gets so focused in his game, he's not paying attention to
He
chat.
ignores my chats all the time.
Don't worry, you're not the only one whose feelings get hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, and the donations too, because whenever I get donations,
Right.
it doesn't show up on my EVMux chat. I would have to open up a separate window
Yeah,
just to make sure I
Yeah,
haven't
the
missed
key point is that there's missed engagement that
Mhm.
is kind of ruining the experience because they don't have any sound to the chat itself.
Mhm.
And I think having the option to turn it on and off solves any question about whether or not it would be annoying. You just
Yeah.
turn it off if you don't want to, or turn the
Exactly.
volume down or something.
Mhm.
So I think it's a simple thing to implement, very easy to put in. It wouldn't cause a chain reaction through the servers and cause all kinds of problems. It'd be very, very simple fix, and it would help a lot with engagement,
Right.
especially with new people who don't really know. They're like not used to looking for the chat, or they're not used to the whole rig going
Yeah.
on. So it would really help a lot of people, I think. One of the other ones was they need to fix the browser so that it remembers your preferred video resolution.
Mm.
So for me, I stream at 1440 or 2K, right?
Mhm.
And every time I go in there, it'll start out at potato quality. And sometimes it'll just sit there for like 15, 20 minutes at potato quality with the lowest setting for some reason, because it's the default auto adjuster.
Mm.
And I would love to just tell it, hey, I got the bandwidth, I got gigabit. Let me just start me off at 1440 and just let me have that slight delay or whatever. I don't care. And but for some reason they don't have it. They have it on the mobile. It seems to work fine on mobile. It seems to adjust properly, but on the browser, it doesn't seem to do that.
Mhm.
What else do I have on here?
Another 3,000 to go.
No, well, this is the. I'll just go. I'll just end with this one. So, you guys were talking about how the uploaded videos don't have, they don't get much play in Rumble. What if Rumble actually hosted a series of channels, like actual channels, as if they were cable TV channels, and they just featured a rolling list of uploaded videos only, and then people who get advertising revenue through that system, they share the revenue, right? Well, if they're running like a series of nature videos, right? They just run video after video after video, and then they split up evenly the revenue. Now, I think people should be allowed to opt into this, so there would have to be some sort of checkbox somewhere to say, hey, feature me on Rumble Nature channel, something like that. And then people can actually watch Rumble as if it was a cable TV network, and then they can watch what they want to watch without it rolling into black tape bikini night or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
At the end of a stream.
Funny, because that's what I literally do on my streams. I play black tape bikini.
Well, it's funny because like
videos.
there's a lot of conservative people on here, and then they end up watching. Their kids are watching on the TV in the living room, and all of a sudden black tape bikini pops up.
That's what I
And they
do.
need
I like putting nature videos on for my cat because she annoys
Oh.
the shit out of me whenever I'm like working. So I'll
Yeah.
put like nature videos on. So that would be amazing if they had like a Rumble nature channel or some shit.
That's a
Mhm.
good idea, though. I think Hanz should like work for Rumble or something. Give them ideas.
They won't hire anyone, it seems. 'cause-
Yeah, they won't hire.
They have 5 new job openings, just FYI.
But they're very technical, right? They're
Yeah.
specific, like
Technology.
database engineer or something, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need like low level workers.
Oh, I would want to I wouldn't mind to like work as a support. Like,
Yeah.
they need
They
it.
can have at home workers, but
I don't know about that, Toasty. If you get a Latina,
Say
Latino
something.
woman- if you get a Latino woman and then you get upset, you're gonna curse them out. So, just
Well,
saying.
maybe that's what they need on occasion.
well, dude, my other job is like right behind me. So like,
Right.
if they wanted to do an at home job, just
Yeah.
they can have so many people that would just be like, oh, I'll volunteer to work a little bit, but not a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, and I know a lot of tech people too. I've even talked to, say, the creator of Rumbot, Rumble Labs, by accident. Talked to somebody, Agent Guru or Encryptus, who was a manager for Viva Frey. I've talked to him too, and he's very into the AI sort of stuff. They got a lot of people who have tech skills who probably could want to do it for free. But hey, Phoenix Electra. Yeah, they need a social media brand manager. That was the representative I was talking about earlier. So yeah, but thank you for that. But yeah, well, Rumble Shorts. Supposedly, when Chris was replying to somebody about Rumble Shorts, he says platform stability first, and then Rumble Shorts, but that's from the post. So.
I don't see any shorts happening for at least another 4 or 5 years.
Or if at all, to be honest. But when you're talking about like the Hanz, when you're talking about like the nature videos and stuff like that, again, that's what supposedly the recommendation engine is supposed to be. Again, the algorithm for YouTube does the live streams, maybe not the live streams as much, but it does the shorts, it does the edit video content. Rumble's algorithm or recommendation engine just does not do very much with those other things other than live streams. And if you want to compete with YouTube, which you've seen many times, Chris has made posts, the CEO, about that, then they kind of have to step that ability. And I think they just don't have, they may have gotten the stuff from Tether and whatnot, but I just don't think they have the infrastructure up there yet.
I should clarify what my idea is a little different than, say, a list of a playlist. Because what it would be is it's a live stream that's running the static or the uploaded videos on the live stream. So it'd be like a DVR. So people that want to watch nature videos all day, it's kind of like the Lo-Fi Girl on YouTube. There's people in the chat hanging out and chatting, and they're just playing all these different videos. And so you don't lose that. Like if I'm talking to Hemp in that chat, and then all of a sudden the video switches, now we're in a different chat somewhere. Like it breaks up the conversation. It's a place to hang out as well, because that's part of what the live experience is people talking to each other, not just to the streamers.
Like now that you mentioned that, it's so funny. I just made my own little lo-fi thing where I just play music in the background and stuff. I posted like a video, and I did the layout myself. Like I try to make it like a lo-fi girl thing, and I'm doing that as well. Like, so when I'm not really streaming, doing my thing, I could just put music in the background. People just chill and listen to it.
Or like if you got a playlist that's all conspiracy theory related, like there's a whole whole channel section conspiracy. You can talk Alex Jones stuff in the chat with all your friends and talk about the gay frogs and whatnot, and have fun. But it doesn't switch from video to video.
Don't they do that with Alex Jones already? Like, isn't his stuff?
I think he has a live stream, but I think you want to have variety of uploaded videos. Is what I'm going for.
I agree.
Separate from the actual lives. I'm talking like these are uploaded only. Like they didn't previously. They weren't previously live. Okay. It's just a way to get
VODs, but uploads.
So it's funny that you say that, Hanz, as well, because I do have a friend that unfortunately also got demonetized yesterday by the same people mass reporting us. And it's the people doing it, it's one of them is a former journalist from Kotaku, so very left-leaning people, and they don't like people like us. Yeah. And
guys, hold on. It looks like they just fixed the chat thing.
I was like, it just refreshed itself.
Yeah. And they had mass reported him, and he got demonetized yesterday. And I told them, like, I know he must feel very like, because that's his income. That's his livelihood. He gets money from doing it. And I told him, why don't you go Rumble? And he says, I don't know, because I don't live stream like you do, or as much as you do. I do a lot of videos, and Rumble's not meant to have, it's for uploaded videos and stuff. So they should fix that.
Tell your buddy, though, he should do a live stream of all his videos.
Yeah, there's people that have done that.
Yeah, and then that way you can just sit in the chat and like build community the whole time.
That's a good idea. I could tell him that.
We're gonna. So I know you guys want to talk more, but let's continue on. Let's get this section done, and then we can get on to the survey stuff, because I want to get chat involved as well. But sorry about that. That's my fault.
You ready for my answers now?
Well, the question is, do you have as much as Hanz does? Because I'm feeling like he has three buddies here.
He's got more.
No. I have 3 things, because I've listened to all of yours and I checked all the ones off of mine.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Hanz.
That's why I go last. Come on, guys.
I'm the last one. What are you talking about?
Yours don't
He's
matter.
the last.
Hey, calm it down.
So, my biggest thing is, like, whenever I'm screen sharing on the Hangout, I want to be able to show the whole entire fucking screen. Get rid of all the cameras, please, or have it to where they're on the sides. I don't give a shit. Like, oh my god, I just want to show the entire thing. You don't know how many times like the bottom half of the joke has been cut off, and then it's just like you're seeing the fucking picture, but like the joke's down here, so nobody understands.
And then everybody has to shut off their camera, so the whole screen. Yeah.
And then also, I want to be able to change sizes of the windows, like these participant windows. Like, so I get people who come in and like they'll turn on their virtual cam, and if I switch, like say more people coming in, then the sizes keep changing. I wish I could just be like static shake, click, boom. You're stuck at this, like now you don't have to keep readjusting where you're at in the window, because some people have to literally like move sideways like that.
Yeah.
I mean, like me, I'm like all the way off to the side here.
Yeah, like that.
Well, they
like,
wouldn't be on screen at all.
So
Let me just
I wish that I could fix that. You know what I mean?
There we go. Much better.
So I'm gonna, like I said, the last one though is kind of a pipe dream.
Okay.
But I want like a Rumble wallet that I know they're working on it. Okay?
Yeah.
I've already heard about it. I've been bitching about it for 2 years now. But it's like I want to be able to use the money that I make on Rumble to go into someone else's chat and then donate money or buy a sub, or like, you know what I mean? That way when I sub to someone, instead of it coming out of my money, it's coming out of my Rumble money. And it's like perpetually building, like, you know what I mean? Because I'm making money from other shit, so I'd like to use that shit to give money to my friends.
Yeah.
You know, like...
We talked about this, I think, last time, Daramouthe.
Yeah.
With the Brave wallet, you can actually integrate that on any website.
Yeah.
It's very, very simple. They don't even have to put in an infrastructure of their own.
Yeah, they could just use Brave. Yeah, sorry.
Give me the wallet. That's all I want.
Well, and should say that Twitch just came out with that. The ability to use your earnings with although some people are dismayed against that, so there's a for and against, so do not think it's just everyone's for, but there are some people who are against too of being able to use your...
People are also against all kinds of shit. They just like to be contrarian. But anyway.
Hey, I'm here every day, man. I'm here every day. Calm it down. Oh, was your last thing, right?
Now, my last one, you made me think of a new one now.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
So
I'm making him think.
Dara, can I show you something real quick? Can I send you a DM of what
Let's wait until Hemp is done with his. I'll finish mine, and we'll do that after I'm done. All right, just save it until after that.
So, emotes cross channels. Like, if I'm a subscriber to someone's channel, I wish I could use, like, their emotes or my emotes and their channel. Like, you know, vice versa. If there was subscribers to each other's channels, like, that would be pretty awesome. To be like, oh, hey, here's my emote. Like, you know. Or just more emotes, because I got a shit ton and I want more. It's just not enough.
No, and again, you're not the only person who has said that. So
there you go. Now you can have your
do know you're not alone on that. What do you? No, I'm trying. What are you trying to say, Toasty? I'm not seeing. I see what you sent, but I'm not.
Yeah,
sure
but look at the dates. 11 months ago when this is.
Yeah, that's a minor thing that does. It's same thing with the. I've seen it on YouTube where the video is done streaming. Where the what is it? If the video is. If the stream is done, they'll say like it's going through that copyright thing, whatever, while they're waiting to upload to like the SD and HD. They'll say like it's been a day or whatever. So YouTube has the same issue on that regard of small stuff like that. But I see what you're talking about. So thank you for that. But what she's talking about is like notifications. If you get someone that follows you, it's showing that there's like 11 months that the person has been followed. How long ago it was they followed you or whatever. So.
Yeah, like Hemp just followed me and it said he followed you 11 months ago.
I did. All right. So
he's that knowledgeable. He's like a wizard. He just saw you.
I knew ahead of time.
He's very sneaky. He'll just sit in your stream.
Well, it's called lurking, and like I have to do it.
I thought you were gonna say house, but thank goodness you didn't say that.
He hasn't gotten that far yet.
That's only Smay's house, all right?
Oh, that's right.
That's where the crawfish boil was. Come on, get your head out the gutter.
Yes, but beyond that one, from my end of things, the three things I'd like to see him improve on is one. Big one is communication. Right off the bat, communication with their viewers and users about certain things. Like it'd be nice if they had a page of their updates. Well, first off, they need to stop giving X their traffic for
Yep.
support issues and feedback. Like that needs to end. I get it. I get it for right now. You may not be able to do it, but X, it does not need to be the place for feedback and support issues. That needs to end. That's you're giving your competition your traffic.
I was about to say, aren't they a competitor to Rumble?
Yes, they are a competitor.
Why don't you just use AOL Instant Messenger or something?
Oh, that's the whole other thing. You've got mail. Yeah, 2 years after the fact.
Language. Remember those days?
Yeah, ASL, baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
Go in the chat rooms, be like, please, God, don't let this be some fat dude in another country.
And he's naked. Ugh, ugh, ugh. But anyway, for the second one, just continual improvements of Rumble Studio. Again, it could be right now. The only difference it makes is that one is that you can use it for free, where you have to pay for others. Now, of course, there's streaming with Meld. I get that, but this is Rumble's the only one that has their own broadcasting software. Everything else is third party, right off the bat. Rumble is the only one I know of that is only platform that has its own broadcasting software. I do not see where else. Maybe YouTube has theirs, but it's only for YouTube. Only for YouTube. So that's another thing. But continual improvements, just finding, they get all this feedback and stuff through support. At least find the one that needs priority and get those done, because the RTMP is great. Gamers have been asking for it, but stuff like the camera stuff, like sharing a screen, that should already be out the door and done with, So continual improvements of Rumble Studio, because it can be great. It's stuck behind the slowness of them trying to update many things. I get it. They're human too. Do not worry. This is not whatever. This is just, we want to see it get better. It's just we're frustrated by the slowness and what we see of other platforms already have, especially. Number 3 is crap. I had it too, but
You want one of mine?
I think there's already enough of yours to go around. I do think that the basic necessities, the simple things, like where your PFP is at, right? When you're at the front page, you see your PFP and you click on it, it brings down a drop-down menu. The theme, the ability to change the theme should be there. Instead of going all the way down to the left, you have to scroll all the way down to change it. Like, you should have the ability to change your theme from that PFP drop-down. Like, simple things like that should be, small pebbles. Small pebbles will do great wonders for Rumble if they can just pick one and do it. And that's an easy one. I've given you that for free. I don't charge for anything anyway. Permissions in chat and account not working. Well, they just fixed ours, so, and you guys are showing up in chat now. So there you go. But those are my 3. I'm sure I could think of some later, but I'll put those down in the Excel sheet later.
They're talking about the camera permissions. Yeah, I was struggling to get in here because of that. I had to switch over to Chrome. I still had trouble.
Camera permissions is another one too. Yeah, and it's, again, StreamYard, Restream, have no issues with that. Maybe sometimes, but it's rare. Well, yes.
I was going to say, I had 2 more, I guess, wish list things.
Sure.
Very quick. We've already said it multiple times, so a robust API, which will open the door for a lot of these other services and systems that we want to integrate to, or plugins for OBS. And also, this is a tiny one, but being able to upload something on your profile that shows up on your videos, like a watermark, like on YouTube, you can click it and it'll follow your channel. You either put that onto you can put that onto your stream or to your VODs or to your videos you upload, so it's in the corner of all your videos and people just click it.
Yeah, no, that would be interesting. I don't know, again, the coding or whatever it would cost, but when I had the creator of Rumble Labs on by accident, he said, like, you already have all this stuff out there. Just take a bit of it, turn it into your thing, and use that instead of just trying to take so long to build from the base up, because that's what they're trying to do, is build from the base up. But they want people to come to the platform, and they're just coming to like, oh man, the stream freezes and all this stuff. Yeah, they have all the excuses in the book fixed for us. But thank you for that, Neil. I appreciate you all for us. Thank you all for your feedback. And of course, we're going to look over the survey stuff. I'll try to be quick with it. But again, as I've stated before, I do these surveys to show you guys, to give you guys something visual. And I'm making on that promise, because that's why I do this, because I understand the frustration and I understand the anger. So again, for right now, the surveys have kind of gone down in responses. Yesterday, yeah, I know, Yankee Free, and unfortunately today for some it was not. So as a little head of the ball there. But I do know that since I've been doing the creator viewer surveys from March, because I did just do one survey, and that was just like a basic one, containing the 3 questions, and then I've kind of moved on to the creator viewer. The responses have kind of gone down, so I know people are kind of fatigued by taking the surveys. So I'm going to try to do at least maybe every 3 to 4 months for the survey types, but I will do like a question of a question of a month sort of thing, with just one question based upon the data, 30 seconds done, and that's it. But the big surveys like I've been doing, those will be either 3 to 4 months, because I know it seems like people are kind of tired or fatigued by responding. So I do know that. But I do want to thank everyone who has responded to those. Again, once I do May's and get that all compiled and stuff, I will be doing the 3 March, April, May all together. And you'll see at least a 3-month trend of what I've collected with the amount of respondents I've gotten. And of course, I wanted to give a big thank out to Ryan, Agent Guru, Jack Tarled, Neurodivergent, helped with testing the surveys, the look, and of course, and getting them out there. So I appreciate you all for that. And of course, all those who are here who have reposted or whatever, or have taken them. At the end of the day, I'm doing this for you guys, because I've experienced the things of the frustration, anger, and I'm trying to turn it in a more positive direction, and that's the way it should be. Have a good one, Alpha.
Later,
So for this one, for this survey, so the creator, what is it? The let me see. The viewer one got 22, I believe. Yes, the viewer one got 22 responses, and the viewer the viewer one got 22 responses, and the creator one got 18 responses. Again, it's probably a sign of the fatigue or whatever, but that's why I told you about the changes. So first things first is I'm going to show you a bit of differences here and there between them. Try not to do too much, because I know we want to get on the other stuff, and some of you are probably wanting to leave. So I apologize if I do speak a little too much. But here we go.
Please let us leave.
You can walk out anytime, Hanz, if you want to.
Okay.
Come on. All right, Smay, I understand, but still, it looks kind of a bad look. But anyway, so I'm going to show you the good news, right? So I'm going to show you a community comparison chart from the viewer side, showing that the community on Rumble is much better than other platforms. And I know it's a small number, but again, using it for, these are living surveys. So give me 1 second. And again, got 6 people here. You're going to see what happens when you try to share a screen. So sorry for those who are going behind. Viewer. There we go. Oh, is it not? Oh, god dang it. They need a fix. We have to refresh.
Yeah, you gotta refresh.
Oh, good.
The dreaded refresh.
I'll be right back, guys. Hold on.
So basically, what he's
We're at
doing,
the 2 hour mark.
the host has to refresh every now and again, because you lose all your host abilities.
Like, I knew it happened after a while, but I never really.
I'd always yell at
time
y'all
to
and be
it.
like, "Smay, do it." I'm like,
all right, so doing it again. Carrot, can you see it now?
Yes.
Is it visible? Hold on, I'll get.
no one can see it. We're all blind.
Well, Hemp, you
Oh,
are
I
wearing
can see
glasses. So okay, so this is from the viewer one, and the people, and so the question is, how would you rate the sense of community on Rumble compared to other platforms? 18 out of the 22 said much better, so this 82%. Somewhat better, 1, which is like 5%, and then about the same is 14% or 3. So again, I know it's slower, but still. And then for what was it, creator? For the creator one, goodness sake. Here we go. The question for that: would you recommend Rumble? Okay, there we go. Would you recommend Rumble to other creators? Yes, enthusiastically was 11 out of 18. And then the next one down is yes with some reservations, which is understandable. And then maybe depending on their needs, which if you get, demonetized or blacklisted by a platform, probably the best. So you do see that kind of information right there. What were the other ones we're going to? Technical issues, yes. Okay, going back to the viewer one. Give me 1 second. Ugh. Now, having said those two things right there, what do you think about that? Do you disagree? Do you agree? What are your thoughts on the recommendation for Rumble, and of course the community feeling? You agree? Disagree? What are your thoughts?
I agree with reservations.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with hemp. I'm gonna agree with hemp.
Okay.
Especially if they're coming from like Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to have proper expectations. I don't want them to come here thinking like, "Oh, it's gonna be exactly what you had on the other platform.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna grow immediately. You're gonna get all your shit back over here." It's like, nah, dude, it's gonna take a while. Like a lot of the people here they have a cliquish society on Rumble, which is not a bad thing.
It's on any platform, really.
Yeah, exactly. But since Rumble's so small,
Mm-hmm.
like once the new people come in, it takes them a second to get integrated. Some people give up before they even do.
Yeah,
So,
I've seen it. Or the ad stuff, the ad revenue stuff is another one I've been hearing about. All right, let's move on to the problem stuff. First is 1 second. It's question 12, and it's a little too small. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll try to. And again, I will. Oh, that's right. Give me one. I'm going to share the link to. This is going to be. This is going to chat. This is for the viewer side. Viewer summary, and you guys can go see this anytime you want, so you can follow along. I know it's long, but it is what it is. And the creator one, I'm sharing in the chat. Copy, done. And this is the creator summary. So you guys can look at it. As long as you have the link, it will be up. The other ones are up as well. So you can look at them at any time. There you go. So you can follow through. But for the viewer, and if I can just... So it's if you've experienced technical issues, how frequently do they occur? Skip, you haven't experienced issues. The biggest one is occasionally 1 to 3 times a week. Second place is frequently 4 to 6 times a week. And the third place is almost every time I use Rumble, which I've heard that a lot. And then we're moving on to question 10, which is the mobile one. Which issues have you experienced on mobile devices? Select all that apply. Biggest one. Are they both the same? Yes, they're both. I got a tie here. So we got is buffering during live streams on mobile and audio. Now, again, they just did an update for both iOS and Android, so that could be taken care of, but this is what the information I have now. So audio video sync and buffering are the top tiers. Next one underneath that is app freezing. And the one after that is battery drain issues. And I've heard quite a bit about battery drain issues. Oh, thank you, Crazy Dude. I appreciate that. Hold on. Let me.
Hell yeah.
1 second. Crazy with a K. With a K. Gotta spell it right. Crazy Dude. All right. Thank you, good sir. Crazy Dude. But again, you see right here the issues for the mobile app, and of course buffering and video quality are on the same point, just like these here. What was it? Question 14. Let's look at question 14. How satisfied are you with content discovery on Rumble? Now, we did touch on this a bit earlier, but again, it is about a 3.18 out of 22. It was probably about around the same for the last one. But it's like level 4 is 7, and you have 5, 3, and 1 on the same level. So again, middle ground. So it's out of 5. So I don't know what you guys think about that, but that for some that might not be too good. I would Post-it note. Post-it note. A Post-it.
It's the same thing. They're all yellow, right?
No, they're not all yellow. Goodness sake.
Most of them are.
He has the wall to prove it.
I do have the wall proof. We'll get there.
Well, I'm colorblind, so
Oh yeah, that's right.
And of course, question 25. Let's go down there. The biggest challenge you face when trying to find new content on Rumble. Can you I can't get it down anymore, unfortunately. But what's the biggest challenge you face when content? Search result does not. I think the biggest one here is hard to discover small creators. right here for 12 out of 22. The next one, and this is, I believe, all that apply. I forgot to put that in. Search doesn't return relevant results, which I know is another thing. And I don't think you can see it, but not enough content filtering sort of options. That's like 9 out of 22. So those are the big one there. So for the, what was it? So for the problem actions of on the Rumble ad that were shown, what are your guys' thoughts? What do you think? For so do you agree with the 3.18 for the where was it at? Nope, that's not it. Here, the content discovery on Rumble. Do you agree with that? Are you a little off that, a little less? What do you think?
I'd give
I
it
think
a
4
3.
is a bit high. Level 4 is a bit high. I think it's about, for me, it's about mid.
It's a 3.
Yeah, like a 3.
Okay. What do you think, Neo?
I was gonna say, as far as like content discovery and kind of going back with it, like links with searching, the issue is lack of variety on the platform. I mean, you can have the best search in the world, but if you lack the content or the incentive to put content on there, it's inherently never going to improve.
Yeah.
So it's a double-edged sword, really. You can have better discovery, but better discovery of content that just isn't there is it's going to be nuanced to whomever you're asking the question to. Is that it works great for me? Well, it's because your content's probably there that you're looking for, but like you go and you ask a question, type in a search to Rumble and type it on YouTube, the content's missing. That's what's kind of what it is.
I agree, crazy dude.
Understandable that crazy dude, but I doubt it's coming back because they've already given their reason and they don't need they're not going to walk back on that. But no, again, that's again, all links to these, to the Excel sheet and to the summary, are going to be out in the open once I get all the data collected and stuff together, compiled. We still have a few more to go. This is for the creator side. This is the monetary, the money reality side of it. So give me one. Mostly not streams, and then my music channel is not live either. Understandable. Let me share the creator one. Here we go. So this is for the percentage. This is for the percentage of your content. What percentage of your content creation income comes from Rumble? Biggest one is 76 to 100% out of 18. So that's 9 people, probably more along the way. But again, this is responses to the survey.
Now, is that question pertaining to like their actual income or the income that Rumble pays them?
Yeah.
What comes from their content creation on Rumble? So I'm thinking like the total amount
with donations and everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
with whatever they make on Rumble through their content.
Is this assuming that because they're on Twitch and Kick and all this other stuff, or
it's just only asking on the Rumble portion, like your percentage of what you make, or how much of what you make for like income is important.
Because mine would be 0% and 100% at the same time.
Yes, of course.
What I'm reading is like the percent of your the income comes from Rumble. I was thinking of it as like creator program advertisements versus.
Well, it says content creation income specifically, so that's why I was confused.
Yeah. So no, I probably worded it wrong, so I apologize. But it's mostly just what? Who said that?
I got kicked.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 2-hour mark. So
yeah.
Everyone, just refresh and you'll be fine. It sucks that it took away. Yep, there goes Hanz. It sucks on the kind of way. Yes, but they're a business and they have the right to. I think the secondary categories need to be organized better and expand options. I think you have a lot of people who agree with you on that. Or better organized. So that's 50% is 76 to 100%. And then, of course, you get the ones go down 20%, 0 to 25%, and then 26 to 50%, and all that stuff. Then next one is question 14. Overall, how satisfied are you with Rumble's monetization features? If you can see that. The biggest one is somewhat unsatisfied out of 18. The next one is very satisfied, 4 out of 18. And then a very unsatisfied or neutral are kind of at the same remark. So for you guys, what are your thoughts on how are you satisfied are you with Rumble's monetization features?
I would say neither nor. For me.
Neutral.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to get any money, so I mean, any amount of money is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I say it's nuanced. I mean, people first coming in and like they're not making, they expect to make money like off the bat. They'll be very unsatisfied. But people in the creator program are going to be more satisfied than people who aren't in the creator program.
Yeah. Absolutely. But I will say that it's much more easier to get monetized here than it is on YouTube.
Yeah.
Even in the creator program.
I feel, yeah, it's much more difficult.
Yeah, and it's just sharing that information. And again, once I get May's done, you'll get the trend stuff from March to April, because I only started doing the creator review one at beginning in March. The other one was a bit different. But fix creator 17. Okay. Here we go. Please rank these platform improvements from most important one to least important to you. The biggest one was, of course, because it's part of the creator program, the improved Rumble Studio functionality. So first choice is 9 out of 18, so 50%. Again, of course, we talked about this earlier, better content discovery algorithm, another one. Third place was more creator tools. Obviously, analytics is a big one that I know many people have talked about. Hey, UB Legend, how are you? We're doing well. Hope you're doing well too. Shout to me. Hey, how are you doing, Furious? We're doing well, UB. We're doing well. We're going over data.
Hi, Dan.
Fourth is enhanced community features. So, like you were talking about, Toasty, community posts and stuff like that. I know someone has mentioned like DMs, which I think was you, Hemp.
It was Hanz.
Hanz. Sorry.
Yeah.
Analytics improvements would be huge. Yes, you're not the only one. I have another person who's very hung up on that, and he has a point if you're doing it as a business. And the last one is mobile experience improvements. I have been told the last few Rumble squares I've been told basically to just destroy the app and start over. It's basically what I
think
got.
that would be the best for them.
Yeah, and they just put out a new update for the mobile app. So.
And I know Chris mentioned they're holding on the mobile app right now because they're waiting for the next version of Android and iOS to go out, and then they're going to be putting some stuff out after that.
Yeah.
It was the last post I saw on X.
All right. I didn't know that, so thank you for sharing that. But yes, that's the responses I got from the last few Rumble squares. Like, yeah, just destroy it, just obliterate it, and start over. And this is from people who actually work with coding and stuff. A few of them. So that's the information I'm relaying. What's next? And that's pretty much it. I mean, at the end of the day, this will all be compiled, the links will be given, and you guys will be able to make your own determinations and decisions from there about what's important to you or not. But again, the reason why I'm doing this is because Rumble really isn't giving us on that front of what is considered transparency. Oh, there you go. Thank you for that, Neil. But the point of the matter is that this helps you guys. Maybe not to tell of what you want, but you can finally see something and say, oh, so I'm not alone in this. Or that's maybe not more important than others. At the end of the day, you have something physical, visual, and you can take that and say, maybe you guys could work on this or whatever. But this is for you guys. It may not be perfect. I get it. But who else is doing it?
But nothing's perfect, and I'd rather be on Rumble than on YouTube, where, yeah, sure, YouTube has like their technical stuff in place, and it's easier and everything. But I mean, come on, I'm being like, I got friends being mass reported, and I got mass reported as well, and I mean, they're really strict too. So it's just, I'd rather be on Rumble where there's like some.
Oh, she froze.
You're right, but like,
that was a good.
Yeah, I know technical issues and everything, but
yeah,
I'd rather be here.
That was a good rest. What was that? Rest. What do they call it? The woman does. There you go. Not much of a face.
I was gonna say it was a
You're
great
right.
frozen face because like you
Yeah.
got lucky and you froze at like a spot where it was like,
Kind of,
you know what I mean?
sort of
Not
ironic.
ironic.
only worse.
movie freezing.
No,
Sort of ironic too, because she was complaining about technical issues as she froze.
yeah, there you go. No,
They
and you're
heard you.
yeah. Apologies. No, and you're not wrong, Toasty. I mean, again, Ryan Roger Athe had his whole YouTube completely deleted, and there's no recourse to YouTube at all. Not even just. Well, I don't even know if he met his 3 strikes thing yet, because that's the system they have.
No, he didn't even get any. That's the issue with YouTube, though. It's very like they pick and choose who they want to fuck over, basically. And he didn't get any strikes. I didn't get any warnings when I got demonetized. You know.
So even the rules that YouTube puts out there, they can't even follow.
They don't even follow their own rules, which
it sucks.
dumb.
They're all bots. It's a ghetto.
I just want you to say that it's a ghetto, yo.
Ghetto, yo.
Ghetto, yo.
We'll clip it and make it a blurb.
That's right. It's all gonna be part of the ghetto, yo. But no, again, this is what I'm trying to reach for is data. Enough of the anger, enough of the frustration. I'm gonna use data to prove my point. And
From
guess
Star
what,
Trek?
kids? I can. Other people can talk, but I can actually prove it. One day I'll have 1,000 people take it though, so maybe next time. But anyway, guys. So chat. Oh, there he goes. 2 hours going to be coming for some of you. 10 to 15-minute videos. Yeah,
I got another 45 minutes in me before it kicks me.
Yeah. No, I thought you already kicked.
I did.
got
But then I'm going to
kicked
get kicked again. It's
Yeah.
happened.
I was
But
gonna say, we need to get
What?
you a data emote from Star Trek. A data emote?
know
Like,
what
Data.
this does not
data.
Johnny 5.
There you go too.
do not delete or do not disassemble.
No, it's
More input.
disassemble.
More input.
5 is alive.
More
We gotta
input.
get you some, I'll send you some emotes.
Ooh, Stephanie.
But
movie.
But like I said earlier, chat, if you have issues or wish list stuff you'd like to mention or like me to put down or whatever, this is your time. I'm not joking. This section is dedicated for you guys. So if you have something, and I've brought up some people. Oh, there he goes. There's Neo. He'll come back. But if you guys in chat want to say something and have more issues or wish list stuff, your time's now. I can't add it later on. I mean, I can if you Twitter X, but at the end of the day, your time is now if you want to add more things. And I saw this Fatal Nexus, but the problem with the music with anime thing is that you can still get copyrighted because Japan does not have a thing called free use. So, yeah, no, Hanz. Hanz is right there. He's like right next to Smay. Come
Hanz
on.
is now on the top.
He's on the top.
Wisdom in the world. Look at him. We switched places.
That's true. Well, thank the crash for that.
You're getting voted off the island.
Yeah, but we snuck back on.
That's right. It's like Lost all over again, except not. But no, yeah. What he said about it. Well, I don't know what is this about? What's going on in this chat now? What are you talking about?
Talking about how YouTube got its money from hentai and music or something.
YouTube did get a bunch of money from those days.
I'm a little lost.
Of YouTube.
Me too. I don't know what's going on.
Chat's freaking me out, man. I'm freaked out.
There was
by
a
chat.
Wild West of YouTube. Let's just
Yes,
say
it was
Yeah.
before monetization. Before
live streaming.
Well, that too.
There we go.
But yeah,
YouTube poop. Look it up.
I don't. Well, you can look up naked
What?
yoga on YouTube. That's something.
No, YouTube poop is a category where it takes all your favorite childhood shows and ruins them.
Oh.
No,
Yeah, they edit it and like so. King of the Hill is a popular one.
It's coming back.
I saw that.
King of the Hill coming back. Hopefully it's well. It's done by Mike Judge, so it should
It's
be.
still
but
going to be the same people. It's just going to be like it
not-
probably get like an older sounding Hank.
Yeah, you'll have a few people missing though, just because.
Yeah, they died.
Yeah.
Would he
Who's
be
this-
the same age or older? Like would
He's
they age-
older. Bobby is older. So like
Yeah.
Hank's
They're
going to
gonna
be
age
more like Mr. Anderson's age now.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So
God-
it's like
God dang it, Bobby.
God damn it, Bobby.
See, you do that better.
You gotta bring in Beavis and Butthead. Just mix it in there.
I'll be looking for
They're
being
whacking off in the tool shed.
Yeah, with Mr. Anderson, you do like a wispier version of Hank. God damn kids always whacking in my tool shed. Like, bunghole.
Oh my gosh. Oh goodness, you're much better than I. I mean, I could do like,
You can
God
do
dang
it.
it, dang it, Dale. Oh, that's
This guy
about as
keep
good.
practicing.
I'll maybe. But anyway, is there anything else any of you would like to add before we start heading off? Because I know some of you will want to get to doing something else, and I do appreciate you all for your time, especially since I know, again, for doing this, it's always about scheduling. And of course, as I said, we had 2 people kind of drop off a bit, and thank you, Toasty, for coming on at the last minute. But I do appreciate you all lovingly much. But again, if you have anything else extra you wanted to add, Hemp doing voices. Well, they can't afford that. They can't afford that. They're not going to be able to afford that.
He's got to do a series of blurps and sell them.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
He's going to whore himself out with those voices. But anyway.
Never, man. I'm not a performing monkey.
And get royalties.
There you go. But is there anything else any in the chat or my guests want to add issues or wish or stuff? Hey, Big Z. How you doing, good sir?
I want to ask.
Yes.
Toasty, how do you have a bright phone like that and not go blind? Like, earlier, your phone was so bright it hurt my.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Why do you have the brightness all the way up?
Because I can't see very well. So
look, for reference, mine is all the way down.
It helps me out because I tend to see blurry. Even with glasses on, I have double vision sometimes, and I see blur.
You got astigmatism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that as well. It's just when we came back and your face was like
glowing.
And I was like, holy shit! How is her eyes not like bleeding?
And the crazy thing is, I actually prefer the white, the white over the black. But I only put the black on and not the white on, on my windows, is because it makes me look pale. So if I put white, I look whiter, like a ghost. So I have to put dark mode on everything.
I love dark mode.
I don't like it. I need bright. I can't see in the dark. I can't.
Yeah. Well, your pupils constrict if there's bright light, so it actually does that pinhole effect. If you ever punched a hole in a piece of paper, you can actually see well through the pinhole.
Yeah.
When your iris constricts to bright light, it actually helps you see better.
It's crazy.
Well, and if you get them dilated. Aw, that's sad. But yeah, again, what? Do you want me to throw out a pity party? Oh, woe is Toasty. She is partially blind.
Oh, wow, that's sad. Okay.
Just stab him with your horns.
I mean,
just stabbing with horns.
It hurts. The look alone she gives would almost kill a man. So there's that. That works. But again, guys, like I said, it'll be a few days before I compile all the maze. And that will have the links to the Excel sheets and the summaries you just saw, so that anyone who presses on them can go and look and take for their own. Even the past ones have their links and stuff up if you can find them. I can't pin all of them on the same in Twitter X because it won't allow me. So there's that. But again, thank you all for being here. And of course, before we're going to start winding down with stuff, we'll let my guest also promote themselves out, and I'll be last. But let's see who goes. You know what, Hap? You've been last for the majority of the time. Let's see if you go first.
About what?
Promoting yourself.
Yeah, fuck. You know I hate this the most.
Oh, but you know what? I had to keep you last for almost everything at the other one, so you can go first this time.
You can do it.
You can do it. This is easier than the question stuff. Come on, man.
It's harder than the questions. I like to build community and have people hang out off stream. That way they don't have to worry about their streams. They could just come hang out on my stream and just fucking get drunk or high or sober, whatever the fuck you want.
Right. Get sober.
It's basically just an area for you to hang out and not have to deal with a bunch of bullshit. And we're about to hit the 200th episode soon.
Nice.
Trying to work on getting everybody who's been on from the start to now, which is going to be a fucking nightmare. and then try to get some new people possible. You know, got to keep it fresh.
Yeah.
I also play video games, but that's hit or miss because I've been so busy lately. So yeah, just follow HempHero. It has all my channels. I have a lot of channels. It's too many.
Cooking, gaming, all that stuff. Yeah, I will say though, he's one of the like I recommended that one guy to you, the Cook for I One guide to you channel. But you're one of few people I've had on that are cooks. So you've been in it for a while, and it's always nice to get to talk to you about your
recipes.
Shokugeki no Soma. That's the one.
Anytime you have questions, anyone that has questions about cooking stuff, just reach out. I've been a chef for 20 years. I probably dealt with some stupid shit in the kitchen to help you out and give you tricks. But
And he's also a really good cook. I can say this as a fact.
And he has all his fingers. He has all his
I
fingers.
want to start making Japanese meals.
I'm actually, that's funny you say that.
He's gonna make
amazing subscribers.
There you go.
Let's do.
He's probably getting that book you showed me a while back.
Well, actually, there's more now.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So they got the Zelda one now, but then they got the Studio Ghibli cookbook.
Oh, nice.
And then the Final Fantasy one just came in. And then this one would be more for like if you're Japanese and excited because the anime cookbook just has random
Very cool.
I'm mostly excited for the Skyrim cookbook.
Oh wow!
And then the One Piece cookbook, which I can't wait to do stuff out of here. But I've already done takoyaki before, like before I was streaming, and so now I'm excited because I have an excuse to use the fucking pan that I paid money for, and I just got to go down the road, buy an octopus, and then it's going to be a fun stream because I'm going to have to massage salt into it, which y'all are going
to back to hentai again.
I think we're already going off the mark. But thank you. And again, I did put all the links in the description below for both Rumble and YouTube, so it's easy. But thank you, Hem, for that. Neo, I'll let you go next.
All right. Well, my channel's mostly all focused on gaming. Probably one of the few that I feel like I'm probably one of the few that doesn't have any political natures in there. Just chill gaming streams, speed runs, playthroughs, challenge runs, marathons, first playthroughs, casual playthroughs. Currently working through what I call the 100 games of summer, where we allot from kickoff Memorial Day to Labor Day, roughly 90 days, complete 100 games as fast as I can. Recently been putting some of my old speedruns up on my channel. And right now we're at 32 games completed for 2025 and going. So my goals usually is how many games can I finish in a year?
Nice.
So awesome. It's heavily gaming focused and usually pretty chill over there. And either I buzz through a game pretty quick, or I get frustrated, or we just play through it. Some of the bigger games I completed, 100% Kazan earlier this year, completely. New Game Plus. I did a speed run of a sort. Finished the game in under a little over 8 hours in a premium stream. Played through Black Myth Wukong. Faced all bosses in that game. And many other things. Metroidvanias, retros, indies, horrors, you name it. We're pretty much have it over there.
Nice. Oh, yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I've stopped at least by once or twice during my Pay It Forward stream, so it's been pretty nice. But yeah, thank you for coming on as well, Neil. I hope I can't, like I've told everyone, I can't promise change, but with enough voices, it can happen. And we've already seen it with some of the other stuff. So, but thank you. And Toasty, I'll let you go next. There you go.
So I do a little bit of everything. Political stuff, pop culture, gaming news, and all that. But we do it in a fun way. We kind of goon a bit. And I also have tiers where I get to do a bra stream and do a little eyelash dance to Erica. But tomorrow, every Sunday, we do a cosplay, or I do a cosplay every Sunday. And tomorrow I might dress up as Carmen Sandiego since I just bought the costume, and hopefully it'll get here tomorrow, and we just have lots of fun and we goon a bit. And anyway, I don't know.
No, and again, her links are down below in the description on both Rumble and YouTube. So if you're interested, yeah, give a look, and if it's worth a follow to you, then why not? So, and thank you, Toasty, for your thank you for coming on last minute.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go with Hanz. Oh,
yeah, my stream, my stream is Hanz Diamondball. Just play games for the most part, hang out with friends. Usually we're just shit talking most of the time. Occasionally there's political stuff in there, but it's mostly joking. Once in a while we get serious and talk about existential crises in the middle of killing robots or something. But that's about it. Nothing special.
Well, and before I take you off, I did want you to, because you were talking about the tech stuff earlier. Would you be willing to kind of share your experience of? Because I know you said you're sort of in the industry a bit, but I just didn't want to say myself.
Well, I don't have I'm not currently in any tech industry. I mean, I do technical things for my work, but I am not currently active as far as coding or any type of data infrastructure. I don't really do that stuff anymore. The only technical stuff I do now is really Rumble's kind of where I fill that void. I have helped some people set up accounts on Rumble and get their OBS up and running, but it's just in between. Depends on the case. Some people just need a special help. Like I helped what was his Captain Tor. I helped him get up and running with his puppet rig, his PNG puppet rig. Dr. Pyrostine, we helped him render his voice actor puppet as well. So I just, occasionally it comes up. It's not something I do consistently, but just depends on the situation.
Yeah, that's what makes you a great person, even if you're more like just laid back and chill, which you pretty much are anyway.
I just try to do the things that I want to do when I want to do it. I don't really have any obligations here, so I don't like the idea of putting myself in a position where I have too many responsibilities these days.
Yeah, no, that's quite understandable. And again, thank you for your coming on here. I appreciate it, man. Smay, we're gonna have you go next.
Okay. Mine is just gaming. Strictly Switch gaming for now until I can get my PC built. And I'm gonna kind of do a little. I am hosting on June 21st of this year a Mario Kart night. So, wow, you won't be able to hear anything from the people that I'm playing with. I'll be playing with a whole bunch of people here on Rumble, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And it'll be the first kind of thing that I do for my stream. But it's just gaming for now.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, you're it's pretty awesome to see how well the communities come around you, like we talked earlier. Because you're a really nice person. I'm glad I got to have you on for a Dara chat sometime. Looking forward to next. Now, I gotta ask, what does the dilly gaff mean? I gotta know what that means.
Do I look like I give a fuck?
Okay. Wow. Very straightforward, but it sounds like a name or something. So
yeah, it's I think it's a YouTube video. But it just sounds funny. Dilly gaff.
Dilly gaff. Or like the what was it, the Budweiser or cooler dilly dilly?
Yeah.
They did it a long time ago. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for that, Smay. I appreciate for your time, and yeah, it's always great when you can do this sort of thing to get that data out there. So thank you. And for me, because yes, I'll save myself last because I want all my guests to have the spotlight before me, because you know what, I like to be hospitable to a degree. Sometimes people are a little pushy, so we gotta hold
so humble.
Yeah, yes. Now
tell us more about how humble you are.
I try to be as humble as possible.
More of that pie.
Yeah, all right. But anyway, for my end of things, and again, everyone's link is down in the description below, both on Rumble and on YouTube. So, because I do stream to both. But from my end of things, if you could leave a like, share the content, leave a comment or follow, anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated. Because again, not only does it help in being seen more, like every content creator here wants to be, it also helps in having other people on. Other than Neo, pretty much all the people I've had on here, I've had on my show Dare Chat, and it's just a conversational show. We were talking about whatever. And it's always great and fun, whether a creator or not, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I do this thing because I get to reach across so many people, and it's a great time. But again, any help with the engagement factor is much appreciated. Of course, I also have a link down below for all my stuff, Linktree stuff, Twitter X, email. I have a thing for Discord, but it's mostly just for DMing because honestly, I do not have the tenacity or mental bandwidth to do all this stuff that a lot of other creators do. So again, you can find me there as well. And again, there's one more thing I do too. 1 second. I'm part of the Rumble Creator Program, but I'm also part of a. Sorry guys, I'll bring you. There we go. But I'm also part of the Proton partner program as well. And Proton is a they do the like Proton Mail, Proton VPN, all that stuff. And a while back, they advertised about, if people wanted to join their partner program. And so I went in thinking I may not get it, but funny enough, they said yes. And I'm like, you, great. But yeah, so I'm part of it. And the reason why I'm promoting it is because I use it personally myself. I use the Proton Mail, which is the link you'll see in the chat shortly. But at the end of the day, I promote it because, like Billy Mays, I use the product and I believe in what they do. And so what they do is there are a few things I mentioned. Is one is they allow you to use an alias email to, you could, whatever, you're going out there for like some promotion or whatever, you can use that alias email. And if that platform or whatever gets a little spammy, you can just switch it off like a switch and you don't get anything from anymore. Because the alias email will email directly to your email, but once it's disconnected, you won't get anything anymore from that place. So there's one of the things. Another thing too is they do pretty well guarding against spammy email. I know a ton of you people here have different email uses. You probably get spam email like no tomorrow and you're tired of it. Well, Proton does a pretty good job of making sure that those spammy ones don't get through. There's a rare occasion one does, but they usually tell it's like phishing or whatever. So it's pretty good. It's like having a bodyguard for your inbox. And I enjoy using for that and so many others. And also the last one is that they don't put ads or they don't sell your info. Basically, your inbox is your inbox. They don't scan it. They don't do anything like that. They have you can make a free account or you can pay for higher end sort of thing. Like they add more extra stuff at the end of the day. I just promote it because I use the product and I believe in it. And I know a lot of people could probably benefit from it too. But even if you don't want to, that's fine. At the end of the day, I'm not a good marketer. I'm not a good seller. This is just me trying to promote a product that I believe could be beneficial for many people. So give it a look. At the end of the day, I think you all the same. And that's that. Again, tomorrow, next week's schedule will be put up on Sunday. The data from all this stuff will be put up in the next few days. So it'll be, thank you. Thank you for that.
Yodi.
Oh, goodness.
Damn.
I had him on before too, but he did change his name. So thank you for that.
And you should have him on again.
How dare you, Yodi?
I will try to if I can. I believe I'm following his new account. So thank you. Was it Yodi?
Yeah,
Much
that's just what we
appreciated.
call him.
Yodi. Yeah. But again, yeah. So next week's schedule for Dare Chat will be put up Sunday, tomorrow. The compilation of all the data will be put up in the next few days from May's, and then after that, I will try to put up the compilation of the trends for March, April, May. And then I'm not going to say who's coming on next week, but the last thing I do with my guest, and all of you get to join me in on this, is questions from a hat. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't been here before, I'll explain. So what it is questions from a hat is where my guests get 2 questions, and of course you're not going to get 2 individual ones. It'll just be 2, and each one of you will give your own answer for it. But my guests get 2 freebie questions from the hat. However, if you are on Rumble, sorry YouTube, I'm not monetized. If you are on Rumble, I'm monetized. if you want more questions from the hat than just those two, guess what? You can give a Rumble rant. Doesn't matter the amount. 500 doesn't matter. You can give another Rumble rant, and you can get more from the hat. So, yeah, I saw that, Steve. Oops, nope, that's not it. Yeah, I saw that. Every single time, it's not the Hat of Doom. It's questions from the hat.
Hat of Doom. It is. It really is. You get Neo probably hasn't experienced this yet.
Don't worry, we're all gonna experience it together. All right, first question is coming up. Let's see. Well, actually, we did have two. We did have 2 Rumble rants, so it is 4. So there's that. I will count those if no one else gives any. But anyway, here's the first question, and we'll start with Smay. What's your favorite way to unwind after a long day? Go for it.
Doom scrolling.
Good answer.
Dead fact. But I only do it for 15 to 20 minutes.
So you have.
If I have a really stressful day, it's 20 minutes doom scrolling through TikTok or Facebook. But I try not to spend like hours doing it because then things don't get done around the house.
Oh yeah.
So just a quick doom scroll, and my anxiety levels are down, and it just makes me happy.
Don't worry about a thing. Bum, bum. All right, Hans, your turn.
I was gonna say when I get on Twitter, I have to like pull myself away because it actually raises my anxiety. All the negative stuff that comes up there.
Yeah.
So I usually do the opposite, but if I'm coming home and I'm actually like stressed out and want to unwind, I usually hit the heavy bag. Good way to get that stress out.
Oh yeah.
There you go. He's going for champ. Look at him. He's got the arms for it. Okay, Toasty. You go. She had a relevant.
I guess taking a hot bath with lavender sea salt and just crawling into bed and watch Golden Girls.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah. I'd be down for that.
Why are you shaking your head, Dara? Not good enough for you?
Nothing. I'm not saying anything.
He prefers Gilmore Girls, yeah.
No.
Gilmore Girls is alright.
Dawson's Creek was better. But anyway, Neo, go ahead.
I usually try to. I don't know. Sometimes I scroll X, but it's one of those. I went there with Hanz. It's just a lot of negativity in there. It's just kind of over. I don't know. It's easier just to put the phone down and chill, watch TV, and kind of disconnect from the internet for a bit, and just walk away from the PC and just take it easy.
Twin Peaks. There you go. All right, and thank you, Neo, for that. And Hemp, the man himself. I think you already agree with Toasty, so I think we'll skip you. No, go ahead.
I could agree that Toasty is 100% on that. A hot bath with some I use these hemp lavender crystals that somebody told me to buy because of stress relief. Because it's I have extremely high stress levels. So it's for me to relax, I sit in a dark room and don't do anything. I don't interact with anything. I try not to think about anything, which is impossible. Right. But, silence, darkness. Because if I have any kind of stimulation, I'm going to not relax.
Yeah. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I was thinking about that.
100%.
That's when the demons come out.
Yeah.
All right, question. That is what he's doing right now. Yeah, he's in a dark room. He's just interacting with us. Yeah. Next one is if you could rename yourself, what ridiculous name would you choose, Smay?
Oh my god, I've never thought of renaming myself ever.
You can pass it if you don't want to.
I don't want to.
Does it have to be ridiculous?
Well,
nothing. I love my name.
Dilligaff.
That's it. That's her name is Dilligaff now. We have all voted.
It's on the microphone. It's got to be her name now.
Yeah. That's what I thought too. Is she naming her microphone Dilligaff? What the heck is this? All right. Well, she doesn't want to give one. Hans.
We had this question last time I was on, and the answer was I already did that. It's Hans Diamond Ball. It's literally the most ridiculous thing I could think of.
Well, you have Hans Diamond Ball, and then have Hans Diamond Gamer for. I've seen it
Well,
switch.
I had that at one point, but you keep perpetuating that I have it. But I actually got rid of that channel like a year ago.
I didn't know.
You don't actually look at my channel. It's okay. I mean,
I stopped by once before. I've stopped by once before.
Burns and once.
You know, I've had in over 200 people. Do you think I have?
No, I understand. You're busy, man. You know, I'm just a little streamer. And
you're in my thoughts, Hans. I brought you
You're
back
on YouTube
here. What?
And,
I went to drop him a follow, and I was like, "Wait, I'm already following." Fuck. And I was like,
oh, that's how invisible I am.
it's like it's not really.
I think
he's shadow banned.
And you think of me sadly. That's
he's shadow banned right now.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
What would be go back to your real name? Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be.
Toasty.
Okay, so before Toasty, I actually was gonna name myself Tank Girl.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, Tank Girl.
Oh, okay.
But
I misheard the first one.
I kept spelling it differently, and every time I would spell it a certain way, it was always taken. So I was like, "Fuck, Toasty." But if it's funny and ridiculous, name would be Snake Charmer. I guess I don't know. You figure that out yourself. That's why.
I think we all know why. It's a male. Brains in the gutters, man.
Oh goodness! Thank you, Toasty. All right, Neo.
I really don't have an answer for that one. I never put much thought into renaming or anything like that because I just what I've had has always worked around branding that way and just really haven't much thought into what I would name it. I have no idea.
It's fine. You can always pass, but thank you nonetheless, though. Hemp.
Well, there's always an inside joke that happens when we're playing Stardew with Moon. She always adds a thin to anything, so it's like my name on there is Hempathin. So I think I'd probably go Hempathin von Herostein.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, he's HempHero von Stein. Yeah.
Now, Toasty, I would say though, you should hurry up and take that Snake Charmer name as a channel. Like, just make you a channel, call it Snake Charmer, and then that way, if you ever decide to change, you
can put all your black tape bikini stuff up there.
You know what? That's a great idea. And not only that, I was thinking about getting have you ever seen the microphones with the 2 ears for ASMR?
Yeah, the ASMR.
I thought about that, and I think I might use that name for that specific channel when I do ASMR. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's a great name right there for the channel.
Hey, Dillygaff, that's enough. All right, next one is this is question number 3. What is the greatest risk you have ever taken, Smay?
Getting married.
That is a big one. Oof. That's a very big one.
Well, a lot of it for me is I grew up in an unstable home, and I had to risk that my husband would, be there to stand by me and defend me and not give up when I was struggling through mental health. And that actually is Bearded Ninja is my husband.
Aww.
And we just celebrated our 15-year wedding anniversary.
Aww.
Jeez Louise. Okay. All right. Hans, what about you?
What was the question again?
What is the greatest risk you have ever taken?
I guess free solo climbing.
Really?
Oh.
Wow.
It's pretty risky.
Yeah.
You are so much braver than I am.
It's not a bravery thing. So when I got into climbing, people don't realize that climbing is actually a very technically oriented and actually relatively safe compared to some other sports. There's actually a military manual that teaches people how to free climb safely. It's they have like a 3-point rule, and there's a bunch of other things about there's stages of what you do and in order that you do it, and you always maintain 3 points of contact. And so there are ways to do it relatively safe. It just doesn't seem very safe. I mean, you guys probably heard of Alex Honnold, the guy that free soloed quite a lot of stuff lately. And
the guy that climbed Mount Everest a bunch or whatever.
Not Mount Everest, Yosemite's, what do they call it, the Half Dome, and a couple other places. He just did the sheer wall straight up. But there's a lot that goes into it, and I think part of me really likes the technical puzzle aspect of it. So I was actually afraid of heights for the longest time, and it's one of those things you kind of train out of. So the fear goes away with practice. And so for me, I was just compelled by the puzzle aspect and just completing the task and the challenge of each individual route. So it really wasn't about being brave or anything like that. I think it was just too hyper-focused on getting better at it and learning the skills and then figuring out the puzzle and, completing it. I never saw it. I don't think most climbers see it as a bravery thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it though. I'm not that not that courageous.
I would say do a tutorial, like make a tutorial video one day at least, because that would be awesome to learn.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to learn, and you can definitely. There's people that make very, very good channels on YouTube. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a lot of climbers here on Rumble, and I have not been climbing much lately myself. So
damn, I was gonna say, there you go. Look, corner of the market.
Yeah, it would be cornering the market if you did. I just don't have a rock gym near my house. I live out in the middle of nowhere now, and it's a lot further from the natural climbing than it used to be. So there's not a lot of opportunity for me to actually do videos. If I did, I'd be, I'd have to have someone else there. I'd have to have like at least 2 people, one to belay, one person to video. Yeah. It's just a whole thing. Yeah, it's videography with regards to climbing is actually pretty intensive.
Yeah.
And if you want to get good lighting, if you want to get good angles, you need at least 4 or 5 people, because you got to actually rig up the person who's going to take the video to be above you on the wall nearby. Otherwise, you're just taking butt shots the whole time from the ground.
It's one of those drones that follow you around. Like,
look at that butt.
What's that, Hemp?
That little drone that follows you around.
You can get drones and stuff now. I've never played with the technology, so I never really thought about it. But that can be an annoyance to other people climbing around you, though. A lot of the public places, they're kind of frowned upon because they're distracting, and sometimes they fail to do what they're supposed to do. And personally, I wouldn't want to endeavor.
Thank you for that, Hanz, as well. Toasty. What's the greatest risk you've ever taken?
Piercing my nipples.
You could lose all sensitivity.
I mean,
yeah, it's
I do all my own piercings, so I guess.
Look like butt shots.
Yeah, it's all butt shots. Anyone that's climbed before on Facebook, they'll see all butt shots. Most of the pictures look terrible.
Butt shots. Yeah.
Butt shots. The life and times of climbers' butt shots.
Yes, this climber just by his butt.
You kind of hear the sound. Neo, go ahead.
I was supposed to follow those 2 acts.
Don't even
touch your nipples while climbing.
I guess just earlier life is just just lock it into career choice, and also I would say becoming a parent.
Wow.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And especially in today's world,
over there behind my desk, and that's one of the scariest things that the riskiest things I've ever done.
Wow. It's parenting is not a joke, but for many it's a blessing in its own disguise. So, not a parent myself, but I've talked to a lot of them, so I think I've gotten the gist. And I also have parents of my own, so there's that too. But no, thank you for sharing that, Neo. Hemp.
I would say selling my vehicle and traveling to the other side of the world, and then living in countries where I didn't speak any of the languages.
Wow.
That would be the riskiest thing.
And you learned
living in New Orleans.
No, what? New Orleans?
Yeah, I would say either that or living in New Orleans.
What? Why is that?
Ain't the same.
They have a super high murder rate that isn't reported because, like,
And they also don't speak English.
Yeah, gunshots don't go very far between cities, so it's like when you get killed in New Orleans, a lot of times it doesn't get reported unless you're like a tourist who has like family that goes, "Oh my God, where are you?" You know, if you're just a druggie in the middle of the ghetto, you're gonna get shot and nobody's gonna know.
Yeah, that's the suckiest part, but
Yeah,
what happens, unfortunately.
but it's much better here. I'm in a fucking military town now.
There you go. Yeah, get when someone comes to shooting, you're right there like, pew. Not you yourself, but all right. Let's be the last one. What's the most ridiculous way you've ever injured yourself? We're gonna start backwards. Go ahead, Hemp.
Oh Lord, shit. Most ridiculous one, I guess. I'll have
I
to
have an
pick.
actual answer for this one. I was ready to go first.
I have like 5 different ones, but I'm gonna pick the dumbest out of them. So like I was using a machete that was like brand new at the time. My dad had got me to clear out a bunch of brush in the backyard. So it's like they're called tallow trees, and they're not very big, but they grow fast as fuck. They're about like yay thick. I'm sitting there like, fucking samurai slice, fucking cutting through all the fucking trees one slice. I went and sliced through one like this because I was just like, whatever, fuck yeah. Clack, went straight through. It was a bigger branch, didn't think. Went all the way through and then into my shin.
Oh.
And I had to pull it out of my shin bone and then go tell my dad.
Stop. Okay.
Or it gets worse. So it's like, whenever I went to go tell him about it, he was like, "How did you end up doing that?" So I had to be like, "Well, it wasn't from the machete, obviously, even though it's a giant machete mark."
Oh.
So we run to the hospital. They try to stitch it up. The lady fucked it up and then has to re-stitch because it cut through the skin when you cut through the stitchings.
Oh.
So that would
You
be
asked
my
a question.
dumbest. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, there's worse ones, but I think that's the dumbest one.
Oh, look!
So-
Next time I am gonna start with you, Dilly Gaff. Oh my gosh! Oh,
There you go. You're welcome.
Oh, I don't need that image. All right,
I
Neo.
used that machete today too. So.
Oh no!
Well, then
He's cooking Japanese food with it.
That's right.
No,
And that's where we end, folks.
Not as extreme as that, but I guess just bending down to pick up something and pinching my sciatic nerve and sidelining myself for like a week for like half a week.
Ouch.
Which, if anyone's ever pinched that nerve, you know that pain.
Yeah.
I've done that a couple times. Yeah,
Getting old sucks.
I did that when I was 22.
He's wrong, and you're out for a week.
Yep.
That sounds bad, but it's not as bad as. Okay. Toasty, go ahead.
What's the question?
What's the
Dumbest way you
most
hurt
ridiculous
yourself.
way you've injured yourself?
So okay, my nipple piercing. It got caught on a chair and it ripped my nipple in half. And so I didn't want to go to the hospital, so I kind of went to the bathroom and I kind of took like, those little butterfly it's like a butterfly bandage. I put my nipple together and put the bandage and hope that it would like heal like together, and it did. I didn't have to go to
Pick
the
you up
hospital or
some of
anything.
this. It's called Yunnan Payao. It's a blood clotting thing. I pour it on all my huge wounds and it just seals them up. Like when I sliced my toe wide open the other day.
It's also a great flavoring for octopus.
Yes, absolutely. That's 100%.
I'm starting to regret this now. Hanz, go ahead.
I don't know if I told this story last time. I think we got this question once before, but I was out on a climbing trip with some friends. This was like literally the second time I've ever climbed before in my life. Now, if you don't know anything about lead climbing is a little more technical than just doing what they call top rope climbing. And so I was going with some friends that had some advanced knowledge, and but they weren't exactly safety oriented people. And so me being a complete noob, I just did whatever they told me to do. Basically on the hike down, it was so steep, I ended up injuring my knee tripping on a rock. There was like a down slope rockscape that was just every rock wanted to turn on you. So the chances of you banging your knee pretty hard, pretty easy. So I banged my knee pretty hard. So I was limping. We were still getting down into the canyon, and so my knee was all fucked up. And I was like, you know what? I'm okay. I can just stand on one leg and still belay my friend. And he said, yeah, go ahead, do this, do that, whatever. Well, I was standing in an area that wasn't like flat ground. There was like some rocks, a little divot, and then some more rocks. So like I stood on a rock that was a little too far away from the wall. Mm-hmm. Now, one of the things you'll learn if you're lead climbing is that when someone takes a whip, you get pulled towards the wall if you're too far away. You need to be underneath the quick draws. And so I wasn't underneath the quick draws. I didn't have the use of both my legs because one was already injured. And so when I got, when my friend who was going up, it was like a 511B, so it was a pretty tough route. He was about 3 quick draws up when he fell. And when he fell, it yanked me off my rock that I was standing on. And because I didn't have both my legs fully planted, I actually spun around and the back of my head went into the side of the canyon. So I almost fell unconscious. And on top of that, I was belaying him with a device called an ATC. And an ATC does not have a safety auto lock on it, meaning if I fall unconscious and I let go of that rope, he dies. So, or he gets severely injured. It wasn't super high up, so there's likely he would just get super injured, like break some limbs or something like that. Yeah. But if he hits his head or something, it could be over. Yeah. Luckily, I didn't fall unconscious. I was bleeding out of the back of my head. Some girl nearby basically took her shirt off and stuffed it under my beanie to like stop the bleeding while I'm holding onto the ATC with 2 hands with my blurry vision, like just yelling for a friend. My friend John was across the canyon. I said, John, get over here now. He got over. He was able to hook his ATC on and then take over the belay. And so luckily my friend didn't fall completely. He didn't get injured, but I did. So that was probably the dumbest way I ever got injured.
Well, it's a lot better than machete. Go ahead, Smay.
Okay, so I was kindergarten age, and I used to live in Illinois on a corn farm. And there was this beat up old car, didn't work anymore. And my cousins were over, and we were just playing on the car. We thought it was a good idea to slide down the windshield. So we were doing that, and I thought it was a really good idea to slide down on my knees. I slid down. Something caught my knee. Split it open. And I'm going to tell you what. When I looked down, it hadn't started bleeding yet. I looked down. I'm like, why is there styrofoam in my knee?
Okay.
And that's not even the worst of it.
Oh, Lord.
Hemp was saying his nurse had to re-stitch his. This was the era of where they have to stick a needle into the wound to numb it for the local anesthetic. We got to the hospital. We were in the waiting room for a good long while. Then we got into a room. It took 3 grown adults to hold a 5-year-old down when they were putting in the anesthetic. And then it took so long for the doctor to get to me that they had to do it again.
Bet you're regretting asking these questions now.
This one, yes. Oh, Lord.
That's how we learn.
You might want to take this one out of the hat.
I already buried it back in there. I'll have to wait for another time.
The hat of doom.
Set it on fire.
Well, I got called out by like Meister of Madness or Omega and Cool Frogs. He was in Cool Frogs thing. He was like, "Oh, these questions aren't intrusive enough or whatever." Well, are you happy enough now, Omega? Goodness. But
he's not even here. He's supposed to be here.
Oh, I think Cool Frog will relate. You should have seen Dara. Man, he looked like he was gonna puke at least twice.
I'm about 1 step away. But I'll give one of mine. So I think the most ridiculous water slid ankle. No,
that's not the dumbest way. FYI, that was your fault.
Shot fired.
But I think the most ridiculous way was.
You go head first.
And it's probably one of the funniest is I was walking out a door, and I think it was when I used to work at a nonprofit organization, and it's just like one of those metal doors and has glass. You kind of go out, Oh, no, you know what? Forget that story. So my
number one.
I have the ability to show it too. So at my parents' house, it's a very old house built in the 1920s. At the attic, they were doing some roof work and stuff like that. But at the very end of the way, so there's facing towards the backyard, and then there's one facing towards a window facing towards the street. Was a three window. So wasn't paying attention where my hand was, and sliced open my thumb.
Ouch.
You could see it right there. Sliced it open. Of course, I was like in my teens. I was probably a younger kid. I didn't see where my hand was again. It was like one of those old latch things where you have to turn it in there, like it has like that half swivel thing, whatever it is. And so yeah, I didn't have to go to the hospital, but because there is no stitches there. There are no stitches. It's all healed over, but it was not a fun time as a kid. There have been other ones too where I've gotten injured and bled. Like there was one time, I already did one. I'm not gonna do anymore. I think I've heard enough. Okay, but wow, jeez, oh Lord,
How to traumatize a rumbler.
oh, how to traumatize? I don't even know if I'm able to sleep tonight. Thanks, guys. But I did ask it, so it's my fault. But anyway, guys, thank you. Again, thank you all so much in chat. I appreciate you all. And again, thank you to Rumble to fixing the issue with chat not showing up, and of course the viewer count. Thank you so much for that. It seems like either it was by accident or coincidence, or whatever. They heard us, and hopefully they didn't take what we said as in a mean spirit, but rather these are our frustrations, and we know you're working on it, but it's kind of a slow process, and we also know from our experiences that this slow process is a hindrance for your guys' success. No, we do this because we want to see Rumble grow to get better. And while we can be frustrated in our regard, I'd rather use the data to keep showing where the majority of the problems should be are at and stuff. So thank you all for chat. And of course, thank you to all my guests. Of course, thanks to Cams and Omega or Meisters of Madness. They were going to come, but one fell sick and one's having a grandbaby. So again, congrats to Cams.
Which one's which though?
Cam's is the grandbaby one.
Okay.
Cam's is the baby one, and Omega's the sick one. So thank you for all wanting to. We'll try another time. But again, thank you to all my guests here. Thank you, Smay or Dillygaff. Now it's going to be. Thank you to Hanz. Thank you to Toasty for last minute. Thank you, Neo, for coming on, and thank you, Hemp, as well. All of you, much appreciated, not only for your time but for your feedback. Again, maybe my way is probably not perfect, but it's a lot more different than the other roundtables that have been out there. And I really do think data is a lot better way of arguing the point than rather just stating a few cases and thinking that's it. Data is where it's at, and that's what I'm going to do. So thank you all so much. And again, everyone in Rumble. And hey, thank you to that. Hey, EOD, how you doing? But again, everyone, all their links are in the description below. I have to add yours, Toasty. I apologize, so it will get done. Oh, thank you, Hemp. Much appreciated. And it doesn't show up in chat anymore either, there, Hemp. Do you see that? If you do a gifted sub, it doesn't show that or show anything at all.
Wait a minute. Can I do this? There you go. Wait a minute. If I'm not added in, there you go. Just in case if anybody wants to follow.
No, I'll add your stuff in later. I have your stuff from before, but there you go. There's Toasties. Again, I'll add those in later, but again, all their stuff will be in the description below for both Rumble and YouTube. Again, I stream to both platforms because I don't believe in a one platform only thing. YouTube has proven that point of why not, and so has Twitch. And while Rumble is great in its own right, I'm not going to fully outright trust it either. Better be safe than sorry. So thank you all for that either. And of course, as always, I end my show with One Day With You by Pogo. And again, guys, look forward to next week's schedule and the date out in a few days. I appreciate you all. I thank you all. And have a great rest of your night. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Here we go.